and other things, and I have them arranged on the screen like Tetris pieces.
Yeah, I don't have Discord open when I'm playing. If someone says check Discord, I'm checking Discord. Otherwise, I just ignore it.
I have to listen to you yap, so I have plenty of time to waste.
Same.
I have only one monitor, so.
You know, with Windows 11, you can have multiple desktop setups.
Yep. It's
Can you not do that in Windows 10?
top tier when studying.
I don't know Windows 10. It's definitely not a Windows 10 thing. No, it's Windows 11.
No, it's
If you're agreeing, you're on push to talk.
and then you push it to the top of the screen, and then you get like multiple choices of how you wanna set the applications up, kinda. I have it on my laptop, but I don't have Windows 11 on my PC, on my stationary. So
I can choose something that says new desktop on Windows 10, but I don't normally bother with it, and I know.
That's what it is. So you click on that, and you can have whatever display you want. So then you can switch between the two.
Yeah.
So like if I'm at work and I've got shitloads of spreadsheets open for whatever reason, I can just have them all up on that desktop instead and switch between the two desktops.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone cozy?
Uh-huh.
Final piece of admin, we're green light for Friday this week. If that's still okay with everyone else.
Yep.
Our work situation, yeah.
That's fine, we can always cancel last minute if possible. It would just be nice to get the end of the arc in just before Swindles heads off to holiday. Where are you going, by the way?
House sitting again. But I've got no laptop or anything to take with me.
Fair enough. That's fine.
Anywhere fun and exciting?
No, not really.
So that'll be the Friday coming, the 24th. Still good with everyone? Same time, 7 to 10? Or did you want to do 7:30 since it is technically a weekday? And I know, Charis, you struggle to get home on time.
And
you wanted time to food.
Right for me, because I have earlier finish. Although 7:30 would be preferable, but if it's better for everyone to do 7, I can do 7.
We can always see where we leave off today, and if it seems like there's going to be half hour of DOS, then you can always just turn up a bit later. If it's like we end just before a fight, obviously we'll start at 7:30. Although knowing if I can get Serpon to take his go, you should have plenty of time for half an hour. Right, Serpon?
Just put him higher up on the initiative order than me.
Right, Serpon? Fuck, I bet he's getting a drink.
Or maybe he's just choosing not to respond to you.
Yeah, he's just seething at me.
Right, I'm back.
Thank God. Yeah, but he sounded disappointed in his... Like, he definitely heard. He heard.
Heard what? I just went for a drink. Will you shit talk me while I was
okay, it's fine.
He
He didn't hear. No, he didn't. Don't watch the VOD. You don't want to watch the VOD.
I probably should watch it back at some point. I don't even know if the VOD
There are
started.
no VODs in Ba Sing Se. Right. Since we're waiting for Luke to fix his mic, that's fine. I haven't written the recap. I'll do it either tomorrow for both sessions, but not much to recap, to be honest. You rocked up to the windmill. The first step of your heist was gathering the names of the Hag Coven to allow Fiona to perform her ritual, which, well, interesting. Two of you distracted Granny and her daughters with a bit of, I suppose you could call, Riz. And Sabriel and Grolk snuck around and looked around, trying to find what they could. First of all, finding Theodore and Myrtle, who they rescued very efficiently and quickly, and then discovering the contract on a piece of human skin, which had the names, as well as a coin. With everything kind of falling into place, you all quickly escaped out using Majesto as kind of like a link between the two groups, and then gave the names to Fiona, who started the ritual. Combat then ensued, which was quite a tight little fist fight, with the Coven showing their true demonic faces, including a nice little Resident Evil style polymorph into eldritch beasts beyond human comprehension. Although most of you managed to stay alive for most of the time, other than someone who stood under a windmill for half the fight that was constantly slapping him in the back of the head like that video of the snake in Australia hitting a fan. Jabes went down at one point, but as he kind of hovered in the air, time froze around him, where he then grabbed the lightning bolt and launched it straight back at Morgantha, followed by a number of darker spells coming from his arms, as well as some form of blood goo being used to heal Grolk. Victor also showed his true strength, performing a counterspell in as much of a fabulous fashion as he could to ensure that the hags couldn't break the ritual Fiona was casting, and allowed you to deal the final blow, which is where we left off. So, as you all lick your wounds, what would you like to do?
Take a 10-minute breather, and I can set up a ritual to get us back on our feet.
Technically count as a blood transfusion, what Javes did.
Yeah. It won't be anything like that. I promise.
I did spit blood back up, but how much of it was the blood that went down?
The less questions you ask, the better. You don't want to know, Chief.
I mean, there's already been plenty of sexual shit, but this was
The elephant lady Athalia. The ritual component that Victor goes up and goes, if it's all the same, I'll be taking hold of that.
By all means.
Testing.
Go ahead.
Yeah, hello.
Yes.
Hello.
No idea what happened there, but turn it off and on
Okay.
again.
Well,
Well, if you missed anything, watch the wait.
I suppose we're halfway now, and now for the second part of the problem, which we need to try and solve before the end of tomorrow night. Look, I was going to tell you about this, but I figured this was priority. I completely forgot, if I'm honest. But I also need access to a ley line. I don't know if you know much about them, but to put it into the basic of basics terms, they're fonts of natural magic. And this will be essentially the fuel for the ritual.
Oh, I think one of our party is familiar with the magics of this land more intimately than we realise, so let's ask him.
Yes.
Do I need to say who I'm staring at, or do we all know what I'm saying?
Everyone heals for 17, thanks to Nolan as well.
Good
Yep.
Nolan.
Is it everyone?
Ritual is done.
Yeah, it's like, how many
What?
people was it up to? Was it like 6?
Is it everyone? Yeah.
Everyone, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It was a 3rd level one, so
Our state build doesn't need healing,
and everyone.
so there's that.
Unfortunate fucking rolls, though. But,
Well, I suppose there's not much left to do today but relax, so at least we don't have to walk back to the Blue Water Inn looking like shit.
Huh.
John, you okay? You kind of... And Irina kind of walks up to John's face and just kind of pulls out like a fang that's embedded within his green skin from the crocodile and just kind of tosses it to the ground.
I'll admit, being bitten and eaten wasn't on the cards for tonight, but I've had worse nights.
You haven't even had your date yet.
I know.
Not daytime!
I'm prepared for anything now. I do reckon we should explore the windmill first, just in case there's anything there that we could use.
Cleared out the top floors, better than what Nolan and Javes found down there.
Oh, nothing. I was preoccupied with different.
We heard.
Discomforting bodily features.
We heard.
How were the
I was
feet?
enjoying myself.
I wasn't.
Be glad you weren't within earshot, Irina.
No, I heard.
I thought we said she didn't, because she was picking flowers.
Look, man, my headcanon is she heard. She is not happy with it.
She did come up to get the to help lead the children away.
True, I suppose she would have heard some of it then. Fair enough. Right, we'll go in and see if we can spot anything. Oh shit, I didn't actually get my fucking dice out. Hell.
While they're looking around the windmill, I'm gonna just inquire with Victor. Do you know where we're likely to find a ley line around here?
Not a fucking clue, if I'm honest.
Great. I'm assuming Lady Voctor's still back at the ritual site at the moment?
Bear in mind the size of the ritual, she probably doesn't even know that you finished the fight yet.
Okay.
She wouldn't have sightline of you, so to speak.
Maybe worth asking her.
What should
This
we do
would
roll for
perhaps
that?
be best. Roll for what? Sorry, darling.
To investigate the bottom floor.
I can just give it to you for free. You
Okay.
since you wouldn't be like pressured, it would be easy enough to look. You see, the ground floor has mostly been converted into a makeshift kind of vendor room. You see a stool with a number of kind of ledgers with like names of no one you recognize, but you recognize it to be like a kind of customer list and like maybe a debt book with a couple of people marked like 1 gold per pie, 6 pies. Like it's just like a number of kind of debts being collected. Other than that, you just see kind of a basic assortment of ingredients and other kind of basic wares. Nothing that stands out of the ordinary.
Would it be a fair assumption that the pies are probably made and then enchanted? There's nothing enchanted that goes into making the pies, would you say?
You can roll me an Arcana check on the pies that are kind of laid out in front of you.
Yeah.
If I shove your character token in, there
Yeah,
you go.
right.
You should be able to see a bit better now.
Can I help him because they explained the process?
You can guide him, yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah, guidance.
Actually, yeah, they did explain the process. Sure, I'll give him advantage.
Hey.
11, 18, D4, 21.
Yeah, so you recognize that the pie themselves aren't actually what's causing the effects. It is some form of magic. It's not alchemy, it's arcane, I suppose, would be the kind of logical output of that information.
Yeah, but the pies down here didn't seem to be done, and I don't have detect magic anymore, so I'd have to shout at the mage to know if the pies were. Right. I go at the door and I shout, "Mage! Get in here and check these bloody pies. Just make sure none of the enchanted shit's left on them."
Fine.
Someone's a bit grumpy after fighting a coven of hags.
As he walks through the door, I just give him the side eye after everything that happened out there.
What, just cough up a bit more phlegm? Just give it like a double.
Well, here's the thing: I still don't know what happened there.
No?
I
You
just
would
know I woke
certainly
up
have
and coughed
felt
up blood.
something. You would have definitely felt something cruel its way around your body. Whether or
Yes.
not that was the hags or James, that's up to you.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know exactly. I'm just like, is that just because of some magic fuckery or what?
Yeah, the hags helped you, man.
You do detect a little bit of magic, only it's not somewhere you expected. Instead, you look down and you can feel a faint kind of necromantic aura coming from this little stone slab here.
Does the
Well?
slab look removable?
Upon close inspection, and now that you've seen it, yes. You recognize that the daughters were actually standing on it, which is why you may have not taken much of an interest in it before.
Well, there is some magic, although certainly not from the pies. There's some sort of necromantic aura appearing underneath this slab. You want to take a look, Grog?
Oh. And I walk over to the slab he pointed to.
And as you pull the slab open, I'm assuming?
Yes.
As you pull the slab, you see kind of like a small, kind of almost grave-sized hole under the floor, and inside you see a man chained. And as you open, he kind of covers his eyes, goes, "Oh, hello there. Oh, is it that time already? Give me 1 minute. Do you mind just passing me that knife?" And he kind of gestures to a small kind of knife to his feet, which he can't quite reach. It's literally like a rubbish little blunt butter knife.
Who the hell are you?
He's the mimic.
Oh, names aren't relevant. If you could just pass me that knife, I'm sure Morgantha would be ever so thankful for it.
So you work for Morgantha?
Yeah,
I just gesture to the chain.
I'm the baker.
Do you like Morgantha?
Oh, I love her. Absolute sweetheart. But please, less words. You're gonna get me told off. Just pass me the fucking knife.
You won't get told off. Don't worry.
Or fine, I'll do it myself. And he kind of kicks his legs, and tries to kind of awkwardly shuffle, and that's when you get a bit of a better look at his left leg, which is almost like gnawn off, so to speak. It's kind of like, it looks like it's growing back, but really slowly. Like, I don't know if you've ever lost a fingernail, but it's like, it looks disgusting. You can kind of see all that like purpley kind of little, yeah, that little kind of purpley flesh that kind of starts to grow out. That's how his leg looks. And as he grabs the knife, he goes, what was on the menu today? Was it bat or chicken? Oh, I think it was bat, wasn't it? One second.
I grab the arm that's trying to cut off. I'm just saying, what the hell are you doing?
I'm gathering the ingredients. What does it look like?
Gears are turning in Grog's head. He hasn't quite put the pieces together. He's like, what ingredients?
Well, like this. And he is going to roll a strength check just to break free. Roll me a strength test, please. He just kind of tries to yank his arm away. He rolled an 18.
Oh, that's not happening. Unless I burn inspiration, which I'm not going to do.
Can I... If he tries to reach to cut his own limb off...
No, because only Grolk can really see this, given the nature of the coffin.
That's why I have not settled him.
Okay, what was your strength roll, sorry, Grolk?
It was 8.
Okay. He kind of yanks free and just starts kind of cutting away, goes, much better. And he kind of grabs a bit of his flesh and just passes it over to you, goes, chuck that to the lovely ladies upstairs.
I just kind of turn to the other two in the room. I just kind of gesture to Nolan to come over a bit closer. Because I'm assuming he's heard this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's very clear that each incision with this blunt knife is absolute agony. You can tell he's feeling every single shred, every single cell, every single... just everything is just... he can feel it all. But he smiles away and offers you his, like, part of his shoulder.
So... why did you just do that?
What do you mean? Why did I do what?
I think we found the source of the meat.
Yeah.
Can you tell Morganfer that hunting the bats was extra hard work today?
Well, she isn't really around anymore.
Well, when she's back, can you just let her know?
Well,
I'm not going to charge her double, that would be mean, but
what
if you
if
could just
I
let her
told-
know.
What
She's
if
dead.
I told you you're free?
I-
If you want to be.
I don't know what
Otherwise
you're
we
talking
can-
about, City. I know I'm free.
Well, you're chained.
No. I'm just lying down. Just catching some winks, you know, between the shifts. Some ingredients just take a little longer to grow. You know how it is. Especially the vegetables. And he kind of gestures and wiggles his, like, little feet at the end, or one of his legs, where you can see, like, half his toes are currently, like, in the process of growing back.
What does the chain look like?
Old. Very rusted. Very rusted.
Can I
Quite-
touch
if I was-
him? Like, lay a hand on him?
You can, and I just realised the vindication you're going to get from this. He is extremely cold to the touch.
Yep, motherfucker.
I had to listen to Alex say, "Is Morganfer cold to the touch?" for like 2.5 hours in his first session, in his first group.
If
Yes,
it,
they were.
how much effort would it take to like try and break the chain? Because I'm assuming,
Literally, if you were just a firm stomp, would probably break the manacle free.
all right, I firm stomp to break the manacle 3. This will not backfire. Smile.
Well, would you look at that? You fixed the bed. Thank you.
So, may I just ask you?
How about I make you some more pie, shall I? 1 second.
No.
And he starts cutting more.
Strength check.
and
Strength
more
check. Strength check. Strength check.
Hold person.
Strength check of 18.
He will fail the hold person, and just kind of freezes. No, you've done your wife's thing. No, it doesn't work. Fuck you, Alex. The hold person does not work.
Strength check of 18. Strength check of 18. To stop him.
He rolled a 6, and you just kind of, as he's kind of mid-slice, it's already in his skin. You manage to yank it back just before.
Can I take the knife out of his hand?
Well, that's just a bit bloody rude, if you're asking me. I'm trying to bake here, and you've just come in and taken me utensil.
May I just ask you a question?
And why are you, like, casting the glowy magic things on me? I don't know what that is, but if you could just let me bake in peace, I'd be ever so thankful for it.
What are you?
I'm the baker! How many times do I have to repeat myself? Balor! Athalier!
They're dead.
They're dead.
Funny joke, funny joke. Anyway, could you just let them know that I've got another batch ready for them when they're ready?
Is the bodies of the hike still outside, or do they just like kind of disintegrate into dust?
Kind of, yeah. It's more like, you know, Star Wars when Obi-Wan gets struck down.
Oh.
Kind of like their
Spoilers.
clothes and remnants are like still there, but their bodies aren't.
Would there be any like recognizable parts left? Clothes or otherwise?
I suppose the Hearthstone in theory, but I don't even know what it is.
True. I'm just...
Just like, hey, there's a pretty stone you've got there.
No. Looking at their human art, they don't really have anything distinguishable.
Oh, okay.
So, would I know what kind of creature it is if I make some sort of check?
He's cold to the
Is-
touch, and hold person doesn't work on him.
And
Maybe you can use your brain.
I mean, he's regenerating as well and shit like that. It might be 4 different creatures.
Well, it's called the touch.
I can't just outright tell you, I'm afraid.
Ah,
You
shit.
can't.
I mean, isn't he undead?
I mean, necromantic,
I turn to him and say to him, we're not asking who you are, we're asking what you are. As in, I'm an orc, he's a dwarf, he's
I'm
a human.
Vistani. I imagine you've met some of my traveling people, but
We did, but not many of them, or if any of them, had the ability to grow limbs.
I have no idea what you mean by that. That's not something we can do. I mean, if you look in my eye, we can charm you, but that's about it.
Well, what's that? And I kind of point to his regrowing toes.
What do you mean? My little digits are still working as good as strong as ever.
I think he's gone mad, chaps.
Mm-hmm.
Look, it's been a pleasure meeting you, and if you ask the girls nicely, I'm sure they'll get you a fresh batch off on the house for free. But if I could just have me wooden spoon back, I'd be ever so thankful.
How about this? How about you go explore the windmill? You go and find the girls for us, because
Well,
we can't
here's the
find them.
thing: I'm a lot more scared of them than I am of you, and they treat me well. I have no reason to distrust or betray them. So I'm here. How about you hear me out? I'm going to carry on baking, and you're going to leave me alone.
No.
No, I'm a good fighter. I can't break his nose to scare him.
You certainly could. He'll just come back.
Yeah. But in terms of like intimidating people, I don't think it's part of my repartee, so to speak.
You recognize that very obviously he's not entirely there. It
No.
seems
Well,
like
we
it's-
know that he's got limbs
No.
missing.
But it's not like you're trying to argue with him, but it's not a case of someone you could have a debate with. It's more a case of there's no logical thought that would even allow that to happen in the first place.
Shall we drag this fucker back to the lackey?
I think that it's probably best if we just leave this individual to the mill and move on.
I'd say so.
I don't think he's fit to be in light company.
No, but if he's Vistani, then the Vistani would be glad to have him back.
Does he
regardless
look
of
like
his
he's in a
mental state.
It's a bit more than mental state. Hey, he seems perfectly
Hey,
happy
Jake,
to
out
be
of
here.
curiosity,
Leave
what
him
would
to
I
his
roll to-
fate.
What would I roll to
I mean-
attempt to knock him out?
It
end
would
of my
just
short
you would
sword.
just roll to hit him and specify you're looking to knock him out. If you can do 4 damage, it's all yours, chap.
I'm just thinking if I want to do it or not.
I like the idea that Irina and Saber are just like, so why did Nolan just stand under that fire? It was kind of irritating, not gonna lie. I was running a little out of bandages at one point, but
Didn't seem like a great place to be.
no. But I don't really want to admit that to him because he's a really good fighter, and I don't think we'd be alive without him. And it's quite clear Irina is still running on like the adrenaline of a very intense engagement that she's not ever been a part of, and you can see her hands are like visibly shaking at the hilt.
I look to John.
Yeah, I've already made a decision. I swing to take him out cold and then throw him over my shoulder.
Okay. Roll to hit then, please. But since he's restrained, it'll be a free hit, so roll damage. But you can't do less than 4 damage unless you... No, even with your strength modifier, so I think it's just fair to say. Are you, like, bonking him with the pommel, or what?
Pocket, yeah, sure.
And as you bonk him with the pommel, it just cuts straight through the skull, which is all squishy, and out comes, like, a bunch of brains behind. And he goes, oh, I've got a bit of a headache, if I'm honest.
The fuck?
Fucking hell. I don't suppose any of you have any, My grandpa used to give me these little potions that would, kill a bit of pain, but... Now that I think of it, I think they actually cause more...
Well, if you come outside with us, we have someone who can see to your wounds.
No, that's okay. I think I'll, maintain the business here. I made a promise, after all. But did you see John, like, stand inside the mouth of that crocodile? That was awesome.
I looked
Yeah.
at John and Orchestra to say, do we just drag the fucker with us, kicking and screaming?
I'm almost tempted to experiment and see how far we can, like, if I take the head, does the head still animate, stay
yes,
alive?
Campaign for good people.
No, I can't break his nose because that would be evil. But let me chop off his head instead.
I mean, if we
to
acknowledge the fact that it isn't going to kill him, is it evil?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I did try and knock him out, and then I just kind of put my
You can still
the
experience
the handle of my battle axe through his fucking skull. So you know.
Oh well, Baker. Enjoy your baking.
I will, thank you. And
Aye.
peace be with the Morning Lord to you.
What's your name, by the way?
Whilst you're all in there, Irina and Sabriel are also going to have their conversation, so while this is happening. Just going to chuck you back in, James. Since time has mostly paused for them whilst you've all been kind of looking around and, you know, beating up close enough to a corpse.
Last night.
Go on, John.
Me. I just... So, before leaving, I wanted to find out what his name was.
The name's Grigori.
Grigori. That sounds familiar.
Oh fuck yeah, dog.
Does it?
I'm pretty
'Cause I
sure
made that
Jake
up on the
just.
spot.
I was about to say Jake clearly just improvised that.
It
might just-
does
it might-
vague bell, and I don't know why.
It may just be the theme of the actual, like,
Yeah.
names themselves for the...
Well, they are
story.
Romanian, exactly.
Yeah.
I have like a list of Romanian names.
Yeah, the Starny, you can't really tell the difference between them.
Grigori. Nice. What a name.
One last question, Master Baker, before we leave you.
Absolutely, Master Greenman.
That's the Baker.
I wasn't even trying that, but that was funny. So what caravan were you actually with? Or did you used to be a part of?
I can't actually... It's been a long time, I can't actually remember.
Okay, thank you. No more questions, Your Honor.
If you could just close the door for me, I work better when there's less light.
Yeah.
And he just starts like, even though there's like brains dripping out the back, he just starts like whistling like a little hum melody. As he just starts like cutting away at more pieces of flesh, screaming in pain at the same time.
I guess it's the only other option is trying to kick you screaming, and I'm the only one who's going to try it. I just kind of look
I mean,
on. I still have his.
I'm down for it at this point. You know, I can't kill him, so morally, I'm good.
What, just leaving him here?
No, dragging him, kicking and screaming.
I mean, I've got rope.
Yeah, but if we tie the rope too much, it will just cut through him, and then he's free.
True.
Is there any are there any like large Hessian bags?
Yeah, there's a few.
Are you going to like crunch him up and stick him in a bag?
I was gonna say we could always stuff him in the bag.
Dexter style.
Yeah. Look,
Yeah,
he's clearly not human, so you know I'm fine with this.
that's a bit racist.
Well, okay, he's orcs humanoid. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
not humanoid, so I can get away with this.
mean, he is humanoid.
No, but he's dead.
Oh yeah,
That's
kind
not
of,
how you
but
spell
but
beach,
he's
but
still,
close enough.
he's still a humanoid. He's not a living creature,
No,
but he's still fucking humanoid.
Okay, he's not alive.
No, but he's sentient. though.
Fuck it, I try to grab him and drag him out, kicking and screaming. John, do you want to give me advantage?
Yeah, sure.
Ah.
You're welcome to try.
The bad thing to do would be to leave him in here on his own, torturing himself.
Right, so that was an 11. Let's see if I roll higher.
John says to himself unconvincingly.
14. I'm assuming
What are you doing, sir?
grabbing him and dragging him out the mill, kicking and screaming.
If we can't drag him out, then we're going to stuff him in a bag and then pull him out that way.
You drag him out absolutely fine, and there's not much you can do. And he is kicking and screaming as much as he can. A couple of like bone splinters, kind of. I know, Sabriel, it was a typo. I know how to spell beach. Hell.
Beach.
How did you spell it? Go on.
I accidentally put the tree beach because it's ecologist mindset BEE.
Uh-huh.
But the second you drag him out, it just goes lifeless, and the body just slumps. The second it exits the radius of the windmill. But
And
whilst you're
everything-
busy doing that, Irina kind of goes to everyone and goes, I suppose we'd probably best go tell Fiona that we're done. I guess the others can catch us up.
I think that's probably a good idea.
Well, I just don't want her
Right.
wasting all her energy when it's done.
Yeah. What happened to the children? Did you get them to Fiona?
I did, and Fiona pointed them in the direction of the refugee camp, but, well, I'm not sure if she sent them by themselves or if she just told them to wait by her. I wanted to come back as quick as I could.
That's understandable. Are you feeling alright after the battle?
Yeah, good. Yeah, tired. But they've been. I don't know. It's like a weight lifted off my shoulders. They were preying on our people, and they won't prey no more. But I'm just worried about the repercussions from the addiction.
Yeah.
I'll always worry. It's just my nature, I suppose.
They are your people. Maybe you can speak to Fiona about something that can be done about it. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I've seen some people go through the withdrawal in the village before when Morgantha used to peddle her wares there, but I suppose the lesser of the evils, we can't exactly. Well, it's not like there's going to be much production anymore.
Yeah.
But there's good people in Vallaki. Father Petrovich, for example, will take them in, I'm sure. If there's a place to go, I believe Ismark called it Cold Turkey. It's something I never thought I'd say, but it's currently Vallaki.
It does seem to be much better for something like that than it was when we arrived, at least.
Yeah. It's been a long week. But how do you feel? You've lost appendages and started howling at the moon at one point. Lots happened in the last week.
It's. I think I'm just glad to be back to normal, mostly.
I'm glad. But for the record, we would have just changed you to a tree. I think you would have been fine. But what about you? I always forget that none of you are from here. It's a new land to you, and I can't imagine it's giving the best, well, I can't imagine it's a good place to be.
It's definitely taken some getting used to, but well, it seems like we'll be here for a while, so
I hope not. I can't wait to just go see what the world has to offer. The big lizard things that you mentioned that fly in the sky, I want to see one.
Well, where I'm from, they're certainly not very common, but...
Then we'll go find one.
More common than here.
All of us can go. We'll go find one. Maybe I can convince Ismart to come along as well if he can find someone to replace Burgomaster. I don't think he's one for politics, bless him. And yet, it's embarrassing to admit, but I think he was born for it. He's good with his people, better than I'll ever will be. But I'm not a hen that can be cooped up.
He does seem to be quite inspiring to people.
He's always been like that. But he can be an absolute arse when he means to be as well. When I, And Irina kind of looks a little awkward. And she goes, when I was younger, Dora and we went for walks every now and then, and the teasing Ismark would give me was just constant and constant and constant. I resented him for it, but in hindsight, it was probably just him being protective. Although I'm pretty sure Doru had a thing for Escher, so that was never going to work out. And, well, Gertruda, of course. To which Irina immediately looks quite somber. And she kind of looks down and goes, I haven't forgotten about her. She's still on our list of things to do.
We'll do our best to find her, but... I don't know. I'd like to be hopeful.
It's all we have in this shithole of a land. The abbot was right. Sometimes hope can just spread. But it comes to about now where you see Fiona, who's like, you can see she's like full concentration, like sweat dripping down her forehead. Her eyes are kind of open, but you don't see the pupil. It's just the kind of milky white kind of that part. But as she kind of approaches, she kind of snaps out. And she looks at you and goes, well, at least 2 of you are still alive, and what of the rest?
They're all still alive. They were investigating the ground floor of the windmill.
And is it done? I would ever so love to lower my hands, as the cramp is quite debilitating, if I'm honest.
It is.
Thank fuck for that. To which Fiona just drops her hands, and you just hear this as this kind of field begins to kind of break around the windmill, and the rest of you in the windmill kind of talking amongst each other, laughing over the sound of a dead body. Good campaign, by the way.
I tried to leave.
Corpse chest P2.
You could be.
I know. I'm
James
just.
tried
I'm
to leave a while ago. To be
I'm
That's
just.
fine. James is
I'm,
walking on his own.
I'm just
Well,
arguing with
so-
James now and saying that you got fingered by the devil.
So instead of just leaving him to his own devices, you decide to drag him out and kill him, basically. The fuck is
We
that?
didn't expect it to kill him.
Yeah.
The second that
why
body went out
didn't
the
you
front
ex-
door,
Why
the second
didn't you
that body
expect
went out
that?
the front door, it just kind of flops like a fish.
I mean, I was all ready
Also-
to leave him there.
Also,
I
it's
tell
not
you,
much
there's
of
a
a fucking life.
necromantic aura, which is not going to be from a person, but from a source of magic. So the first thing you do is take the undead-looking creature out of said source of magic, and oh look, he flops like a dead fish.
No. The mage told me the only magic you sensed in there was necromantic energy in that
Yes!
corner. You didn't see the windmill was
Also-
still magical.
also,
You didn't tell
have
me
you-
the windmill was still magical. I thought the
I
enchantment was
mean,
on the...
it is
Also-
said the road to Avernus is
also,
paved with good intentions.
also, I
And he
say
also had
turn
the fucking
to
best.
also I say turn to Grog. Did you notice that neither one of the spellcasters said anything to us about our plan to move him outside?
Hey, you two clowns can do what you like. I'm not going
Yeah.
involved.
Go get fingered more by your devil, you weirdo. And I kind of walk out.
Surprised
and
you
join
aren't
the
more
two girls.
interested, considering the dark pact you made that even has the coven concerned.
They won't be concerned anymore.
I mean, he seems fine, doesn't he?
Does he?
Did you
Yeah,
see the monsters we just fought? And they had the gall to call whatever power he summons dark.
I mean, they're
fine.
probably hypocrites, aren't they?
I
Finer
would
than
be
I was when I was on the
concerned.
floor.
I would be concerned, but he ended up missing his new powers. So, you know,
I mean,
how dangerous can he be?
So, thing is, either
He's
that
gotta
would
go there.
happen, or he would have died. So, I mean, win-win. Wouldn't you say?
Also, are we still outside the windmill? Because I would very much like to at least dispose of the body.
I
Yeah,
would
we
say
still-
James is kind of walking by himself. You can see Sabriel and Irina kind of walking towards Fiona, and the other three are just kind of behind you, but you don't hear anything from each of the groups.
How about you just put him back in his casket, put the slab back on, and then have that as a burial, and we can burn down the windmill. How about that?
Oh, there's nothing wrong with the windmill.
It's a stone structure, my guy.
That
Is
too.
is it all stone? Shit.
Right, look at the image in front of you.
Fuck.
We have the...
Yeah, it's made out of wool, mate.
I mean, it could
It's a
have
wool
been
mill.
like wood structure inside of it. So when the wood structure inside burned, the
Does that look like wood to
no,
you?
in-
You want me to go get that fucking iron shovel I made? I think you need it.
the structure outside would collapse. You know, the top looks like wood. Should be added. The like structure inside looks like the structures around holding the stone together looks like wood. So
Top looks
that
like-
might work.
top looks like
Roll
bricks
me-
to me.
Roll me an roll me an insight check, Nolan.
Nolan, shut the fuck up and just incinerate the corpse. It's necromantic, so you could burn it.
Or just add it to your cupboard of corpses. One
Building
more for the
made
collection.
of stone and wood.
I would say all I wanted was a 5. You're absolutely right. The insides would get turned to ash, but the outside structure would remain.
I love how that insight roll reflects his thought process, I'm gonna be honest.
He rolled a 2, by the way.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
he
saying.
did. Yeah.
He didn't even guide himself. That's the best part.
Right, okay.
Don't worry,
Nolan,
Nolan. They're laughing at you, but you've got this, big guy.
Nolan, dispose of the
Guidance.
corpse with your holy fire. Put the fucking body to rest.
Me trying to put in the most fucked up thing. You. Just fucking laughing at it. Bastards.
Fuck it.
The body
you go.
just incinerates immediately. Until the
Made
lips
up-
move once more as it burns with just a thank you, kind soul. And then
Rest
it's just
well,
lifeless.
Gregory.
Oh, wait.
And do you
Right.
want to leave him to suffer?
Wait. Can I while they're leaving, can I just go inside and put the place on fire?
Sure, it's
Thank
easy
you.
enough to do. And as you
Sweet.
walk back towards Fiona, you just see this kind of pyre of smoke behind. And as you all approach Fiona, she goes, "Well, it's good to see you are all alive, although granted, some of you look better than the rest. John, you're leaking a bit there, darling."
He does that. It's a common feature.
I still feel pretty on the inside, though.
Yes, well, I should hope so, because... Well, it seems like you could use a drink and some rest. Let's leave it at that.
Well, we have another problem at the moment, don't we, Victor?
Yes,
And I turn.
And as he's kind of like trying to find the words, Fiona kind of looks at him and goes, "Out of curiosity, whose fireworks show was that?"
I think they
Like-
meant the counterspell.
Yeah.
Oh, because it's fucking burning in the in the back.
Yeah, that's fire, not fireworks, which would be the counterspell.
pyrotechnics.
It's pyrotechnics, mate. Yeah.
Well, whoever it was, good fucking job. That was certainly something I won't be forgetting in my lifetime. Certainly a very powerful mage. To which Victor just kind of goes, "Yeah, anyway, so, there is one more thing, milady. We,
Come on, Victor, spit it out.
we're in need of a ley line, and I think I know where one is, and Fiona immediately raises an eyebrow and goes, "Do you now? And tell me,
Fine.
Victor, how would you know where a ley line in Vallaki is?" And he just awkwardly goes, because Stella may have shown me once, twice, maybe 10 times. To which Fiona just kind of hides an awkward chuckle, looks at you all and goes, I believe the young mage is referring to my basement.
Oh, fuck.
Wait,
You're
hold
wrong
on.
in
Isn't she
all of it.
underage?
Yes, the mage
This
is
is-
correct. If you have requirement of it, you have proven yourself, all of you. You may utilize it. Just come to Vogta House when the time is nigh. Victor, if you need to set up beforehand, then consider the door open. Okay. Thank you, my lady. I just need to gather my things and figure out what the fuck I'm going to do, but yes, then I'll be around to prepare the ritual. As for the rest of you, as I said, I'll be needing the full moon to perform this ritual, so I believe that's not tonight, but tomorrow night, so perhaps come to me for 6 o'clock tomorrow, and we'll save Stella's soul.
At this point, has Fiona already walked off?
No, she's just kind of like looking and listening.
Is Senka here, or did Senka go with the kids?
They're all kind of, remember they all had to form that circle, so Senka's like a good distance away.
Oh, I didn't think she was part of the circle. I thought she was with. Alright, yeah, okay, fair enough.
Going off the back of the conversation between Fiona and Victor, I kind of want to like just whisper to Victor out of earshot of Fiona. I think after this is all done, and if you do save Stella, you could probably marry that girl and have Fiona's blessing.
That would be great if that was my intention. I just miss my friend.
Yay.
That's not very priesty. That's not very morning lord.
It's very priesty.
That's true.
Could you
Maybe a bit
imagine-
too priesty.
Could you imagine she gets back in her body and Victor's like, "Oh, Stella, I love you," and the priest is like, "Gay."
I mean, no, hear about it. Here's the thing, like, if they aren't together, then that means free real estate for the...
I love my favourite little himbo. I love him with all my heart. No, I've never looked at Stella in that way. She was just my first friend, and I just want to help her. I want to fix my fuck up.
Well then, we better get to it.
Indeed. Then, as you were, I'll see you at 6 o'clock at Vogta House tomorrow, yes? Be prepared, this is not going to be easy.
Right.
Rest well. You, you deserve it. I think that was... Well, and Victor does like a quick scan of the trees nearby, looks around, goes, Strahd is absolutely fucked.
In due time, Victor.
Okay, what would you like to do?
Sleep for a day and a half.
I wonder whether the actual one true priest in the church will help heal me a bit more, just in case.
You do have your short rests.
And a long rest.
Fuck
That's
it.
true.
Prayer
We haven't got a-
feeling.
Yep, we haven't
You
got a long
can't
rest yet.
long rest until,
There you go, 21.
I believe it's 12 hours have passed since you
Yeah.
woke up.
Shit.
Is that for everyone again, or?
Yes, that's for everyone.
So that was a 10-minute. That was a 10-minute recess. Now you're healed 21 health.
You can just kind of do that as you're walking.
Yeah.
Okay, anything you want to do on the road back to Balaki?
Who's with us? I'm guessing.
Pretty
Fiona's
much.
entourage.
Yeah, as you kind of wait 20 minutes, you get the whole kind of party. All the Fiona's guards and Senka return, and they nod
So-
at you. Senka kind of puts her hand and kind of bats John on the back of the head and goes, "That is a good fucking fight. You fight like strong bull, big ox."
Is that to me?
Yeah.
I kind of just give him a toothy grin and flex my muscles a bit just to show off. Yeah.
Rock rolls his eyes and just walks up to Fiona. Did you send the kids on to the refugee camp?
I did. They knew the way, and, well, I couldn't have looked after them if they stayed here, so I figured perhaps it makes more sense if they made their way back. They should be with their father. Probably by now, actually.
I do fear that by slaying the coven we may have caused a disturbance within the camp, and the people may require more aid to deal with the addiction to the pies.
I will have words with Petrovich and see if we can set up some form of
Sure,
center for the rehabilitation.
surely not. Surely with the hags, that the latent power should be gone from the pies.
Yes, the power would be gone, but the addiction to the memories is more of the mind, and curing ailments of the mind are 10 times as hard as physical ailments. Unless you're missing your fingers, and yet you even managed to fix that.
The abbot seems to be quite powerful.
Yes, well, as long as he stays where he is and leaves us alone, that's absolutely fine by me.
Do not like him.
I do not enjoy people with power. As you can see, the one who found the power has run with it, so to speak.
Is it not those who have the power and rather how they utilize it, my lady?
Indeed, it is, and take no offense to this, Master Jacobs, I just find religious people to be quite difficult to have conversations with.
No offense taken.
When
You
they
and me both,
describe their
sister.
beliefs and it goes against what works for the common folk, then I have an issue with it. Petrovich, of course, being a common man, one who I've known since many years now, he is much more, how do we say, down to Barovia. He seems to understand what goes on around him. The abbot I do not know, and whilst I'm sure he is a lovely man, and I'm sure he will be a very faithful ally for you, perhaps he could maintain his faith atop the abbey. Besides, Petrovich is all I need. But how about we get back to the town? And I
Right.
can see to the preparation of preparing the refugee camp within the town square.
You head on ahead. We'll stop by just to see if the children have encountered their family, and take stock of the situation. See if there's any immediate effect of the
Okay.
coven's.
There's no, to level with you, there's
Expiration.
no encounters on the road, really. Anything you want to do whilst on the road back to Valaki?
Do I want to sort division in the party right now? But I want to ask more questions about James. All right, so let's
Hmm.
see. Odds, I'll make a scene. Even, I'll wait until we're in private. It's a 5. So,
Is that a
so
D20?
James. Yeah, it was a D20.
Hmm.
So James,
Yes, Grog?
who's Vladimir?
What of him?
I'd like to know why you made a
Remember-
pact with him. I know it's not. He didn't make a pact with him, but I don't know. I'm just going off information I know.
You don't know anything, then?
You don't know anything? I don't think. I mean,
or you saw.
Well, we
us
know
in combat.
vestiges. He somehow revived
Yeah.
himself, and both him and the Coven mentioned Vlad out
the
loud when I was
Coven
awake.
didn't. The Coven didn't.
They did.
They didn't. The only quote that Morganfa made was the vestiges truly have let themselves go. Maybe the Order have done their job.
Vlad isn't one for talking.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't quote that one. Fair enough. I didn't think it was relevant. Fair enough. What of him?
And what dark power have you managed to align yourself with?
You assume I know.
I would hope so before you go into such a bargain.
And when you're on the brink of death and have a choice, are you saying you wouldn't take it if it was necessary? I'm willing to do what needs to be done to free this land and free ourselves. Can you say the same?
Stormcloak.
Well,
Don't bargain with power so easily. Piano, fuck off.
bargain. You assume it was a fair trade. Perhaps in
Let-
my master's eye, it was a fair trade. But that remains to be seen. No, Grog,
That's-
I do not know the true origin. I can make assumptions, and I'm sure we'll find out more in the future, but for now, I did what was necessary. And albeit it didn't entirely have a huge effect, I'm sure you'll see that it will in the future.
And that is what I'm worried about. Let us hope this Vladimir is the pious leader of this Silver Dragon Order, and let us hope it was nothing to be scared of. But if not...
All we know is that the likelihood of the matter is that I have formed an allegiance with something that is potentially either an enemy or something else of the Order. But they are vestiges, according to Morgantha.
Whatever that means in this godforsaken realm.
Clearly they have some remnant of power, and clearly it is tied to the shards. But to what extent that power is, to how Vladimir and whatever remnants of the Order remain will react, we will see. Besides, it has already helped us. It helped me specifically. It helped you, did it not? Perhaps in less savoury manners than you'd like, but it did help, did it not, Grog?
I just kind of, like, we're walking along, and I just kind of, like, turned my head a bit more, like, stop, stack still when he said that.
Sorry, did you think the Coven is what enabled your resuscitation?
Keep your hands to yourself, mage.
They weren't my hands, I promise you.
Or the wizard might find themselves casting with a few less appendages. And might need to visit the abbot.
Clearly you don't fear this new power I have then, if you're already making threats against me.
I like my chances, but...
I think you'd find you're slightly outmatched.
Out of interest, is this conversation like loud enough that people can hear?
I said, if I've mentioned vestiges, I'll say it out loud to see if it'll perk up Fiona's ear. Try and see if we can...
She's listening, but not with like. She's kind of like, it's not my
Taking it in.
business. She's just kind of listening. Irina, however, is very much like, so we killed a coven of hags, guys. Good job, us. Which reminds me, have we got a group name yet? Because Irina's bitches still hasn't been taken yet. Right, guys? And she's very clearly like trying to like, she jokes like Nolan in the chest, says, laugh.
Suppose another day, another victory is something to celebrate, despite some unforeseen revelations.
Indeed. The victory is just that, a victory. Something to celebrate.
Say less. I'll see you at the Blue Water Inn.
I just kind of like pick up my pace by sort of like very consciously out of like nominal speaking range of James. Also, I just saw someone make a dark pact in front of me and like violate my fucking throat without my consent. I'm allowed to be a little bitchy at him,
of
guys.
course, of course.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I would have probably had him by
He
knife point at this point.
violated my throat while I was unconscious.
I didn't do it!
And then he did it with his magic as well.
He stuffed his fluids down my throat.
Well, now... Oh, you're meant to keep that private.
And you arrive back at the camp.
Yarp.
But you see a number of the people are like starting to pack the tents up. And you see like kind of a queue forming at the gates where the guards are like checking people just for injuries and then letting people in one at a time.
Alex.
What is banana like on pizza?
Isn't it curried pizza and banana then? Isn't that
I
how
don't know.
you
That's why I'm
Swedes do
asking the
it?
question. It's just popped in my mind now because I've been sidetracked.
I think that's how the Swedes do it. It's curried banana.
That would improve it.
You just shout to Emily as soon as you put that, bro. You are not subtle. You are not him.
Oh,
right.
yeah,
Yes. right.
we do that. It's fucking disgusting. It's
Right.
Okay.
As we're in the camp. Once again, I'm trying to do something about like a flag, and it's my fault we get derailed because you can't make me derail. Fuck's sake. Right. Okay.
Each episode.
Beach.
No beaches.
Okay, you arrive at the camp, and as I said, there's still a number of people, and you certainly still see like the medical tent, so to speak, kind of standing.
Can we go in and check on Franz, maybe?
Sure, if you so wish.
Yeah, we'll go in. See if we can.
See if there's any immediate change in his condition.
Yeah, see how Franz is doing. Actually, was he in the medical tent? Or was he in his own tent? I can't exactly remember.
He was in his own one.
It was kind of the medical tent.
Has he got a brother called?
Oh, I think it was.
It's just he was the only person in it.
Right, we go in, and what do we see in the medical tents?
You see his sister, and you also see Theodora Myrtle kind of on each side of his sister, all kind of leaning over him. And you see kind of, I think her name was Nyanka, kind of dabbing his forehead with a cloth, kind of removing the sweat beads. But as you walk in, she turns around and goes, "Where in the bloody hell did you find these two?"
You don't want to know.
Then I will not ask questions, but... Well, I think he's on the mend. He woke up, but he's still kind of working his strength up. He's still got muscle to rebuild, but he said he dreamt of her again. And he started crying with happiness because, well, he hasn't eaten a pie in God knows how long, and he still dreamt of her. That's not a nightmare to me, is it?
Does it seem so? While this conversation is happening, I just try and lean down towards the kids and said, "Do you two get back all right?
Yeah.
Was it too scary on the roads, was it?"
Nuh-uh.
Good.
Well, whilst they're talking, I'm doing a medicine check just to see how he's doing, if anything,
And yeah,
if
with
I
a
can help
20,
him in any way.
he's got a very strong kind of pulse. His eyes have returned. His complexion is much less pale. It's still pale, but just much less pale. For all intents and purposes, it does look like a recovery.
Good.
But he is still fast asleep. It's quite clear that the fatigue is still taking him, which is out of your medicine check, not out of the ballpark to accommodate for. It's something you would expect.
Would healing help, or would it just be...
No, rest.
No. Yeah.
You would metagaming. It's more akin to exhaustion than anything else.
Okay. Yeah. Good.
Happy to see your father again?
And they both just kind of immediately kind of run over to him, just kind of like throw themselves over him. To which Nike just goes, "Easy, easy, you're gonna hurt him." They say people are going into the town. I think I might try and drag him there myself this evening.
I just kind of like nod her aside, just away from the kids that are just death gripping their father. I just say, if anything else happens in regards to the dreams, speak to Father Petrovich in the town of the church to see if he can do anything about them. But hopefully, this should be the end of it.
I was gonna say, what did you say your name was, priest? And she clearly looks at Nolan.
Nolan, my lady.
Nolan...
Jacobs.
And she just throws her arms around you and plants a kiss in your cheek and goes, "I don't know what you did, but the healing you did, I think it saved his life. And I'll make sure to tell him that when he wakes up. But I don't suppose I could be cheeky and ask for one more favour?
Completely red in the face. I say, sure. Sure.
Um,
Sure. Yep. Yep.
I
Yep.
just pat Noel
Yep.
on the shoulder.
Yep.
Could you help me take him into town later?
Yep. Definitely. Yep.
Thank you, Master. Whenever you see fit this evening, yeah?
Yep. Absolutely. I'll be here.
You may want to bring someone else. The stretch is not particularly easy.
Yep. We have a green guy here. He can help. Yep.
Well, all right.
Pleasure.
She kind of. Actually, no. I'm not gonna make her racist. It's fine. Carry on.
Oh, but that's the best part.
Alright, while that was going, I just go over to the kids and just say, I guess I'll see you two inside the town, yeah?
And they look quite shy and just go. Thank you, Mr.
Grolk.
Thank you, Mr. Grant.
Just kind of look. I'm not doing the last name because let's not get that conversation right now. Just kind of looks on with like a sad, like almost full-on smile, just like the family being reunited, and just nods and just says, and just steps away, and just steps out the tent.
Okay. Well, it's all been fun and games, but I will see you tomorrow at 6, yes?
You will indeed.
Yep.
Don't wear yourselves out. Prepare for the worst. It is going to be a fucking rough night.
Whenever is it not?
No, I don't think you understand. The living are not meant to be within the ethereal. This is
The living
unnatural.
And the living aren't meant to be in this realm.
Well. And here we stand.
Sadly. Until the morrow, then.
Until then. You did good today. You all
So
did.
did you, Victor?
That's
did
you.
I did my duty. Nothing more. And with that, he just quickly kind of awkwardly shuffles away. It's quite clear he's not really comfortable with compliments.
I was half imagining he just popped invisibility just after that, just like, okay, bye. Later.
So what time is it now?
I want to say 11 or 12.
It would be
yeah.
12. It was a 2-hour journey, yeah.
All right.
And the day is yours.
Yeah. I want to talk to Inkeep to see if about the wine deliveries and shit.
I want to
Because
talk
he
to him
said
as well
he needed some help.
about what seemed to be up this morning. Could we... Jake, how's the voice doing?
I'm fine.
Can we stop by Blinksies?
If you so wish.
Yeah. I'll just go to... Should we go to the inn first then?
I think I'll probably stay at the inn and rest up. After all, I just want to be strong enough for something tonight, that's all.
Getting your ass beat, John?
Oh, I forgot it's public knowledge now. Yeah, I want to make sure I win again, that's all.
As you should.
If anyone else wants to come to Irina's fighting school, let me know.
Irina's fighting school?
Well, yeah, since I'm
That makes
putting
it
your
sound,
ass on the ground.
That makes it sound as though you're the one doing the teaching.
Well, your ass is usually on the soil, isn't it?
I mean, I'll come. I might need some hand-to-hand experience as well.
Well, it
If
seems like
that's
you have a
all right
date
with
this
you,
evening.
John. Yeah, that is early in the evening. It's not. It's like tea time.
I mean, John still has his date that's been dodged.
If the lady wishes people to join us for the sparring match, they're more than welcome.
Yeah. Perhaps the less the better. Otherwise, it's not really a private school and... No, well... Take it as a compliment, because none of you really need training after what I just witnessed, but I clearly do.
In other words, the DM says, fuck off.
Right, should we call the inn first then and drop off Irina?
Okay.
And we can interrogate Erwin.
As you enter the inn, you see the regular kind of... well, actually, it's not that busy. It's more kind of like... You see Danica and Erwin both serving lunch. Until you walk in, you just hear a... Fucking hell! Look what the cat dragged in! You smell like shit! Is that
Feeling
blood?
worse, mate.
Are you getting blood on me floor?
That's character.
Well, yeah.
Ew.
The character is fucking blood in the floor. I don't want blood in the floor. Clean it up.
Do we
Yeah.
see the kids running around at the moment?
Yeah, they're just kind of playing with their Blinksy toys, annoying other patrons.
I just walk over to the bar, which I'm assuming one of them is behind.
No one's behind, but as you kind of approach, Erwin just kind of awkwardly shuffles over and goes, Right, well, what are we drinking? Celebrating or forgetting?
Bit of column A, bit of column B.
Well, I can offer you lie if you want to go blind. Forget your troubles.
Perhaps later.
Alright, well, let's
You
see.
seemed
And
troubled
he turns,
this morning.
He turns around and looks at the barrels, and he just kind of awkwardly, like, starts kicking a few, and you kind of hear a hollow, like,
Dong.
dong, dong, dong. Right, well, I can offer you ale. No
Lord
wine, I'm
ale.
afraid.
Stock still running low?
Aye, but I'm sure it'll arrive any day now.
You want
Where's
us
it usually?
You go on, Grog.
Where's your supply usually come from? Is it Kresk?
Well, the winery.
New to the land? Where's the winery?
Oh, sorry, I always forget you're not local here. You been to Kresk, aye?
Hey.
Had a quick pop in.
Aye, so when you cross that bridge, there's a path that goes south. If you take that path, it'll take you to the winery, and then if you carry on south, you come across Yester Hill. No, I'd steer clear of there.
Ah, the druids.
Well, no, it's just a bit of a shithole. Don't know nothing about no druids, mate. But, well, yeah. I'd suggest not going to the winery. Quite prickly fellas, to be honest. And Danica just kind of awkwardly laughs and goes, Yeah, well, takes one to know one, Erwin. Yeah, well, you know what I mean, Danica. And besides, I've thank you for your interest, but I've got someone looking in on it anyway. She should be returning soon, actually.
Oh?
Maybe tomorrow. If I have any more problems, tell you what, I promise I'll come get you, yeah?
Well, yeah, I suppose you know where we live. If you have any problems you wish to call us in for.
Well, I'm not sure you'll have anywhere left to live after the ruffians here find out I've got no more wine. Don't suppose you have any Red Dragon Crush or well,
Afraid not.
Alright, well, fair enough. I'll just have to... And he pulls out, like, this big bottle, and it has, like, a yellow label that says Champagne de l'Eston. And he goes, Don't tell anyone, but, this is worth about 25 gold, and, it might be the only thing left in this fucking tavern by the end of tomorrow, so, get ready. And he slots it back behind the bar. It's been out of commission for a while now, actually. Problems at the winery.
John,
Yeah.
may I talk to you for a bit?
Okay.
And I'll lead him out of the inn for a bit, like at the entrance.
I'm assuming Arias just went up to her room at this point.
Yeah, Irina's just chilling.
I noticed,
Maybe.
like, during the fight that my mobility is severely limited. with this armor. I've tried it a few fights now, and it just isn't for me. Would you take it off my hand, and I'll go back to being a bit more mobile?
You sure?
Yeah, might be for the best. It's a bit too heavy for me, I think.
Well, okay then. Only if you want to.
Yeah, might be for the best, honestly. You being a frontline fighter, and I being the second tier, second line of defense.
Okay then.
Cool.
I'm not going to say no to free armor.
No, you should not. We, yeah, go up and change now, I guess.
30 index 1.5 max 2.
Should we get changed in front of each other?
Yeah, let's do it. Physical exams.
Yeah.
Oh, which one of you has the Talisman of Echoes, by the way? That RVR gave you?
Yeah, I think it was James.
I do have art of it now, if you wanted it.
Yay!
Ooh, cool.
So you get it plate, and I'll go back to
It's
my
in
chainmail.
Discord if you wanted to add that to your notes or whatever, James, just so you know.
What's
what
your
Will do.
what's your strength?
15. Oh, my strength is 13. So.
Don't
you-
look at his Patreon, by the way, because you will get spoilers.
You can have my chainmail.
I have a chainmail from earlier.
Oh, okay.
So that was thank you though.
Okay.
You can have it in reserve in case the suit gets destroyed or something.
I will doff my chainmail and leave it in the room and don the plate armor.
Okay.
Oh, oof.
Bless you.
Thank you. Add item.
Okay. And whilst these two up there, anything else? Look, the day is yours. You're in charge of this session, not me. It's on you.
I was planning on relaxing, following everyone else, and now I got a mission to go to the refugees and carry a son of a bitch into the city. So whatever you fuckers want.
I sent the list. I forgot what was on the list.
Blinksies.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to remember what's the fucking list I wrote.
Oh, back in a sec.
Yeah, someone is certainly something short day and rest could still happen, but they'd have to do it. I've checked and see that what do you think?
Grolk.
Yarp. Why am I doing Yarp when character? Yes.
You caught him, like, I'm surprised.
Like, so the go in his throat. Yes.
You were wanting to head to Blinksies. Well, I could come with. There's also the I don't know if you noted them, but the stones that we've been encountering, the one up by the Wolf Hunter brothers, seem different than the other two. If we're heading in the direction of Blinksies, it's only just outside the city. But I feel like we should maybe go in groups if we're leaving.
I suppose only going just outside the city shouldn't be too dangerous. Stares into the camera.
Literally be like half hour there, half hour back.
Yeah. Should we go to Blinksies first then?
Yep.
Is anyone coming with us to Blinksies in the stone? Because I know James is still down here, but I don't know if Nolan and John are back down yet.
Go on, I'll join you because I didn't go to
Yeah,
Blinksies
I'll join you.
originally.
Okay.
James?
I will go to my room. Have fun.
Bye, James.
There's
Bye,
Enjoy your
Nolan.
sheep. enjoy being fingered by your demon boy.
Is that canonically what Nolan is like
I
gonna
was about to
vent
say.
to you about?
Oh yeah, we're all saying that James has been fingered to get his pact.
No, you said it, and suddenly it's become meta.
Yeah, so it's true.
I mean, it fits the demon thingamajiggy, doesn't it?
I mean, in any way, he's made a contract with greater power that's going to fuck him over in some way. So it's technically correct wording, isn't it?
It's not a bad thing to be fingered.
So you
Are
arrive
you
at
talking
Blinksie's.
from personal Never mind.
Do you really want to know the answer to that question?
Looks over shoulder to wife. Right?
Hey, Nat, quick question.
They want to ask questions now.
Is he allowed to answer these questions? Does he have permission?
As you kind of arrive at Blinksie's, you see a couple of like younger kind of 15, 16-year-olds kind of starting to kind of do repairs to the windows. And then you just see like this brown object get thrown through a broken part of the window as it lands with a splat. And it's quite clearly poop. And you just hear a, Piccolo! Not throw poop at children! Rude Piccolo! Bad! Bad monkey! Bad monkey!
I walk towards the door and I just walk in. It's a store, so I don't have to knock, right?
Hey, little friend! It is good to see you. Good to see you. Good. Thank you for totally not, Yes, well, and he gives you like a wink. Thank you for solving my problem. It's
Of
much more
course.
fun for Blinksy.
Of course. Sorry that I suppose we've deprived you of your most frequent customer, I say with a shit-eating grin. But I'm
Yes,
sure you'll survive.
but at least burning no longer happen, you know?
Yeah.
Much more expensive to repair.
I can imagine.
Besides,
least-
lots of new customers. A couple of children from village came in early and Blinksy nice. Blinksy said, good deal for friend, good deal. Usually 1 copper. I give you for 2 copper.
Ah, yes. I see the repairs are coming along well, since...
Yes, I said you do for 5 copper. I'm going to pay them 4. It's just businessman. I am Blinksy businessman.
Of course.
But why here?
Oh, I just generally want to pop in and just see how you were doing after the incident we heard of, but so repairs coming along well, and hopefully you'll have more customers flooding in from the camps outside.
Have you found mechanical toy yet?
I'm afraid we haven't ventured to Ravenloft yet.
Why you be pussy? Go in.
We've already had a encounter that has left us a bit hesitant to make such a journey today, at least.
It's okay, I know when to speak to pussy, and it's clear. Piccolo, what do you think? And the monkey kind of just swings off a toy, lands on your shoulder, and just goes.
We can't hear you, man.
Yeah, push to talk. We still can't hear you?
Push to talk.
I think my nose turned off my microphone.
What
just
a
hear a-
clown.
You just hear a.
Yeah, we heard the sniff, and then it got cut off halfway through.
And again.
Yep.
Piccolo being little bitch. Don't worry about Piccolo.
Oh, fuck it, we'll use the last one. I use it on Piccolo.
Pussy! Pussy! You pussy!
You just mouthed it to your last master.
The rest of you just see Grog going. As he's just standing there going. What speak? What speak? New master? What?
Your old master. Were you this mouthy with him?
Mavia! Mavia!
Marvia?
You're smelly. Smelly short child.
Piccolo talking.
Maybe maybe
Yes.
help you. Maybe.
Monkeys can talk.
Yes. 1 second. And Piccolo kind of jumps onto the desk, grabs another brown object, and just launches it at Grolk.
Dex save.
Yep, go for it.
Fuck that, I'm burning inspiration. It's a principle of the mana. It's a principle of the mana.
Please be hit by shit.
Was that
16.
genuine question, Swizz?
Pardon?
Was that a genuine question?
Yeah, how can the monkeys talk?
He's cast Speak with Animals.
Got ya. Okay. I must have missed that.
What did you roll, sorry?
16.
He rolled a 17. As it just kind of splats on your armor, and he goes, "Now smell like me. I know pussy. Me strong. Piccolo strong. Piccolo go castle, but Piccolo only has simple bipedal structure. Piccolo useless.
On that we can agree.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!" To which
Speak with
he just
animals are
kind
so
of,
useful. Speak with animals are so useful, and this is the reward I get for swapping spells.
to which he just kind of gives you a little kind of couple of slaps on the face, not enough to hurt, but it's like you could just feel it like tickling.
Can I backhand the monkey?
To which, Blinks just goes, stupid monkey, come here. Shut up, fat man. And Piccolo just jumps on his shoulder and, actually, nice man, like man. And Blinks just starts going like that, and the monkey starts kicking its legs up and down.
They just with the cast prestidigitation either. Fuck. Wait, what? He's been fingered by a devil and now he wants to fuck a monkey. Anyway.
It's weird, yeah.
Average
Say up
druid
with-
encounter. Well, it is, I'd say a pleasure to see you, but to be honest, you do nothing but waste Blinksy time. Blinksy busy businessman. Blinksy making money and fucking bitches. You know how Blinksy go.
Uh-huh.
Or is it the other way? Fucking business making... I don't know.
Yeah, that's the correct term.
Look, Blinksy just get paid. Blinksy make lots of silver. Blinksy rich. And remember, is no fun.
It's no Blinksy.
See, someone remembers. The rest of you so rude. So fucking rude.
It's one of the few things I remember across the other campaigns is that fucking saying.
And then don't forget it, because the more you say it, the more business Blinksy get. And Blinksy give you commission. For every 5 copper Blinksy make, Blinksy give you 0. And he
That's
just goes, we deal? Shake on it.
I swipe off the mess of the monkey from my vest and I slam it onto his hand.
Well, that was... I felt worse. Good deal. Okay, well, good day to you. Sleep well, you look like shit. Maybe go have a nap or something. Bye-bye.
Kind of nod and just walk out, and then while I'm outside, try and clear off at least the thick of the mess off the armor.
Would you say you're in the thick of it?
Boo. End the campaign now.
Does everybody know?
Fuck off, go fuck yourself, fuck.
You kind of wipe off the mess. It's not particularly stinky poop, and it comes off quite quickly. It's not, like, awful. It's coming up to about 2 o'clock now, so...
That was enlightening.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully the stones will be a bit more fucking useful. Should we head out then?
I'm gonna go
Yep.
back and rest a bit. Enjoy your stones.
So he admits it.
Right.
James the chat. he speed ran all stages of grief. He's in acceptance already. It only took what, 2 hours? Sorry, not even that, an hour.
I mean, I'd also take a fingering instead of getting poop thrown at
So,
me. So, I mean,
standing stone,
Confirmed.
yes? Okay.
Nolan's going back, but is John coming with us, or?
I'm going where the party is, to be honest. Let's go.
Well, the party's
John-
over at the moment, so.
John, be back by
50-50
5.
feel
We need to
anyway.
carry a sleeping man into town.
Do we?
Yep.
You're carrying Franz in. He's volunteered you.
Yeah.
I swear I'm listening to this, but I'm still missing things. Who the fuck is Franz?
The dying man in the camp who
Oh, got it,
made
okay.
a deal with it. Yep.
Question,
Okay.
isn't this new stuff for him as well?
What?
Yes.
Pay attention!
Franz isn't, sort of?
It's the guy you messaged me about.
Oh, that's ADHD for you. It's
Franz
weird.
is the guy who's having the dreams from the hags in the refugee camp.
I messaged you, Charis.
Last week.
I don't remember that, to be honest.
Oh my God.
Okay. Okay. Receipts.
Fair enough.
Receipts.
Okay, who's going to the standing
That's-
stone?
Why the fuck did I raise my hand? Out of instinct. Fuck.
You've not got a camera.
Okay, so Grolk, Sabriel, just you two? John Smith going with them, or going to chill with Jabes and or whoever at the tavern?
I'm not getting chilling with a finger, and I'll go with the other two.
Okay.
I'll go to check the fingering goes all as predicted. So
You will.
cuckolding, mate, love it.
I've got the chair for you right there.
Okay.
Yeah, don't want John Smith going back yet. That's quite an upgrade from the usual size.
Okay. Traveling west, the town guards kind of give you a firm nod, and they recognize who you are at this point and just go, be careful on out there. Strange sounds coming out from those woods today. Ravens kicking up a fuss and all.
No, not west.
I thought the stone was out the north because that's where the hunters are.
You can go either way. It's a triangle. Or a
Uh,
rectangle. You're at the bottom
okay.
right of a rectangle, you're going to the top left of a rectangle.
Okay, we'll go. We said west. We're going.
It
I
doesn't
was going
matter.
on instinct from last time.
Okay, if you want to go for the
Yeah,
north gate, the guards at the north gate go, oh, they hate those dickheads at the west gate. You should come here all the time. Anyway, be careful. There's sounds of ominous things coming from the west.
We'll keep an eye out, don't worry.
Okay. And as you travel north, you come across where you fought Isaac at Lake Zarevich, and then you head west along the lake, where eventually you reach Yevgeny and Soldar's little encampment, or little tent.
I can actually drag my token off the map. Let's not do that.
Love shack.
We could drag it to the white void and lose it.
Okay. Whilst here, what would you like to do?
Yeah, I've just realised.
What?
Brock doesn't have to take magic anymore.
What?
I caught this out when I shouted at the mage to come in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you could just argue that you're just having an extra kind of look at it now that you
Yeah,
know that it
let's
doesn't
go.
look like the others.
Yeah.
I mean, to
I
be
mean,
fair, even if
the
I had
last
to take magic,
Detect
I'm out
magic
with
didn't
spell
work
slots.
on the last one either. There was nothing up with the last one,
Mm.
but still,
Yeah.
I'd managed to not put those bits of information together.
So, just trying to catch up on the fucking notes I missed.
Would you be able to describe the stones again, Jake? Because it's been a while, I don't remember.
Absolutely. 1 second.
I mean, I know the image that you gave us, but
Did you put them on the landing page?
I mean, I remember what it looks like that literal bit of stone where the engraving is, but it was the whole kind of what it's, I don't know, surrounded by, or how high up it is, or how big it, like that kind of thing, is what I'm thinking about. I know what the engraving looks like. I
Can I,
can...
can I perceive the lake for any singing?
Are there any
Uh,
horses nearby?
Oh, you've already done that, Swindles,
Oh.
but sure. No, you don't hear any singing this time.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Try and
Are there
remember
any
next time.
Suspicious
I'm sorry.
horses.
No efficiency for you, Swindles.
1 second. Yeah, okay. So you see, like, the carving of a butterfly on the stone, in which the grooves are lined with lichen and moss. But that's pretty much all you see. It's just a little standing stone, similar to the others. It's no larger. As you've already inferred, the only difference is there's no three-sided star. It's just literally the butterfly. There is a handout somewhere. There you go.
There.
Yeah.
It's
I've
basically
also
just like
put it in
a
there.
stone slab on the floor, basically.
Kind of like a standing stone that's like up to your kind of waist, with that at the top.
You say waist for cereal, but what's it like for Croc?
Your face.
Right, okay.
Short.
Would you like a box to see, Master Grog?
What the fuck was that? Was that you being a goat?
No, he's Gimli.
Thank
Would
you.
you like a box, or do you want me to describe it to you?
No, that. I was trying to figure out what that was.
Yeah, that's Gimli laughing.
Did not something have to do. Okay, fair enough.
It does.
Have you not watched the Twin Towers?
Yes,
The
but I
Twin
just didn't
Towers, the
remember the
two towers?
before. I recognised the
Okay.
before line. I was on about the noise after. Anyway,
Okay.
there's nothing.
The shack, I will also say, since you're literally in their like front yard looking at the stone, it looks unoccupied. There's no signs of movement inside from Yevgeny or Shoulder.
I looked at like stonework and things before Croc. Are you? I don't know. Is there anything you can?
I can see that I remember that experience with stone in the land. Let me figure out the thing. Oh yeah, I'll just find the thing and then be like, it doesn't matter. So I will do a history check in relation to the stonework.
Okay.
That's what I was going for. I don't know if it applies or not.
Should hopefully.
Sure. I don't think it'll change much, but sure.
Yeah, it won't change anything. It was more just a case of I have technically rolled it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you've done stone cutting on these before.
I don't remember doing it on this before. I remember doing it on other stuff
Did it
before.
on
Alright,
the gates of Barovia?
yeah, I think it was the gates and something else. 12.
Something a lot more recent.
12. Even with your advantage.
It's only one proficiency at the moment, and so double
Oh.
that's 2.
Sorry, just looking for something quick.
I'm pretty sure there was something else, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't one of the. Was it the monolith?
Monolith? John says, questioningly.
Oh no, I'm talking about out of character. I thought it was not the stone market at Perez. No, there was
Talk
another-
about
there
it
was-
in character.
No, it was the ring. Remember, because we thought the ring was stone for half a second. Even Jake thought the ring was stone for half a second.
That's
What
true.
it was.
Yeah, that's true.
It was that. That's what it was. It's 12. I'm guessing that. Yeah, if you just like stuff.
Yeah, okay, so with the 12, you recognize the kind of stonework is ancient, to say the least. It's definitely more reminiscent of an ancient time. It's not been made within at least the last 500 or so years, so to speak, give or take. It's just old. And you can tell that through its kind of cracks and the lichen growing, but as to what it is, who knows? It's just a butterfly on a stone.
Whatever it is, predates even the time Durst Manor existed in this land.
And Sabriel, that's when you begin to hear a rustling come from the trees behind you. Almost as if something is running in your direction fast, closing the distance incredibly quickly.
Can I draw my rapier and turn to look?
You can. And you see the branches of the trees, which are quite thick in the dense kind of woods, begin to part and move. But you can't quite see what's coming, but you think you have roughly 10 seconds before it's upon you.
Being seen.
There's something coming.
Okay,
In
great.
response, I immediately grab for a silvered arrow.
And I pull my silver battle axe.
It's notched and half drawn.
Okay. And then a figure begins to emerge. Would you like to shoot before seeing it, or...?
I'm gonna hold fire. It's still at, I'm at full draw, but I'm not aimed now.
Okay. And as you see one humanoid figure sprinting, his face covered with blood, and in his arms carries another. As you see Soldar carrying Yevgeny.
Fucking hell! What happened to you two?
No time! Behind us! 20 seconds! Get him inside! Draw your weapons and prepare!
We'll cover you. Get in there.
And Soldar just throws the door open and pretty much chucks Yevgeny in. Steps down and goes, "If they think they're gonna take my fucking home, they're mistaken."
Who?
And he stands on the stone wall and he draws these two little silvered axes. And the silver alone is enough to explain. As out come these three large wolf-like creatures staring at you. And as they see you, they kind of halt in their tracks and just sniff the air and go, "Brethren? No. Yet you stink like the wolf." And they start kind of like trotting back and forth, looking at you.
I kind of whisper to Grog.
They fly now?
And I kind of whisper to Grog, just one word under my breath, and just say "pretend," in the hopes that he understands what I'm talking about.
What brings the pack here?
Why haven't you killed them where you stand? Only two of you bear the smell. What is happening to the green?
He's useful, though he doesn't understand a lick of common, so don't have to worry about him.
Roll a deception check.
Fuck.
Can I grunt in Orcish to make it more convincing to give him advantage?
No, I'm afraid
Aw.
not. This is on Grog.
18.
Lower.
And what of the wolf hunter? Kill him! Kirill demands it!
I think I know that spelling because of something dumb, but can I get that spell just to know if I know it? Yay! I do know it.
Soldar kind of looks at you and goes, "Did we come here to talk or did we come here to fight?"
What are we doing? What are you doing so close at the moment? Don't want to put down the hunters because of your mistakes. Just...
They've nearly killed my brother. They do not get to live, dwarf.
I was talking the other wolves there. I was
Oh,
actually...
sorry.
Yeah.
Kirill says that we are to expand the territory. Orders of the Alpha. And yet here you are betraying those orders.
You were...
I grunt in Orcish again to Grog, in hopes that nobody else understands it, and I just try and say, just convince them that you have control here. You have other plans, master plans, that they're fucking up.
We're here to make sure the city doesn't interfere with the pack expanding. If you'd saw the silver reserves they have in that city, if they unleashed it. Right now, we're trying to make sure they don't, so we can expand.
Roll me a persuasion with advantage.
15 plus. Why can I never find it when I want to look for it? 14. Jack?
That's your advantage.
Yes.
Don't worry, he rolled a 3.
Oh.
The other roll was a 10, I'm gonna be honest, Chief.
Dumb dog.
Damn dirty dog.
What the dog doing?
Then give us the hunter while he is by himself, and we will return to Kirill and let him know.
The most experienced hunters in the town? Dying to werewolves? They'll take that seriously. Leave it to us.
Then it seems you have shown your hand. Why do you think we were hunting him, traitor of the pack? Or are you so lost on your orders?
You attack him for certain. The town marches out.
I think not. And the werewolf who's been talking begins to step forward, but then you just hear a as this bolt lands in the shack next to Soldar, and you see it's beautifully silvered. And then you begin to hear the creaking of a metal sound scraping. The wolf turns its head, sniffs, and goes, "It's her! Go!" And they immediately turn and they dash straight back into the Svalek woods.
Okay, I didn't play that horribly, but I could have played it a lot better. Anyway, can we see the figure who shot that arrow?
No. You see the bolt, to which Soldar just pulls out and goes, and just walks in and quickly goes to bandage Yevgeny. And you see him grab like this tincture, and he just pours it straight into Yevgeny's mouth, who starts convulsing violently as he starts frothing. And Soldar goes, "Hold it in, brother! This is what we have to do. Do you want to end up in them?"
Was he bitten?
Aye, but this should cover it.
How was he? I know he said he was bloody, but do you want us to do a medicine check to see like what the actual situation is
Sure.
with him? Why did I go all the way there? Uh, 12.
He looks like he's at death's door, but Soldar begins to bandage him up, and whilst it stenches the bleeding, he just kind of tucks him in, puts his head on a vertical pillow and goes, "He needs rest."
Will you be
Right,
safe
the
enough
forest.
here?
Say again,
Might-
sir? Charis?
Will you be safe enough here?
I don't know. No. I have to get him inside the walls. Can you help me?
Of course.
Then let's go now.
Do you want to take any possessions with you?
No, all he'll need is ale when he wakes up. Part of the
Well,
job.
then. Do you have any idea who fired that ball? I have an idea of who it was. I'm just asking him.
Not a clue, but it's silvered, so they know what they're doing.
Heard tale of a hunter in these lands. Remember what those wolves were on about?
Mm.
On the way to the tower? On the way back from the tower, it was, yeah. Might have been her. We knew for certain it was. Did it say she when we were walking back from the tower?
They did, yes.
I remember they said someone hunting werewolves, but I couldn't remember if it was a he or she definitively. They said, and then we figured it out from working backwards from Van Richten.
Was it obvious from what direction the arrow came from?
From the woods.
Yeah, the woods is a big place, fella.
I think
Well, no,
that's the
because you're
point.
not in the woods, you're outside it. You're kind of in an opening.
Okay.
So if you're looking at it like straight forward, the shack is on the right, then there's like a kind of stream, and the woods are on the other side of the stream.
Okay, I would like to, as they prepare to move back to the town, I want to just quickly scout out ahead from the direction the arrow came in.
Roll me a perception check, please.
I'm not hoping to find anything, but you know.
Sabriel, what do your elf eyes see?
Oh, come on.
No, you hear the rustling and like the occasional "Arr!" as there's like a hunt going on, but other than that, you don't see anything. To which Soldar goes, "Now's the time to go. Come on."
Just gonna shift on then.
I'll take points on this one as we trot on back to the city.
Keep my rapier drawn. Just keep a watch out for anything approaching us.
Okay. And nothing seems to stalk or track you with your passive perception still. But you arrive back at the north gates where the guards go, "You've been gone for less than half an hour and there's already someone dead in your arms.
Not
Go
dead
on.
yet.
Get him inside. Go on." But, oh. If he turns, it's on you.
You
To which
have
Soldar
another-
hisses and goes, "Do you know who the fuck I am? Of course he's not going to fucking turn, you idiot. Now shut the fuck up, man your post, and stop the bastards from coming in." To which the guards just go, "Well, I didn't hurt your friend. For sure, take it out on me."
I think the best place to take him is the church, really, isn't it?
I mean, I'm
No.
assuming some sort of contact.
We'll take him to the Blue Water Inn. Owen's got a room for us. As I said, he needs rest. The potion will do the rest.
I'm guessing it was some sort of wolfsbane concoction that purges the bite, but if not, I suppose we have a cleric on hand to deal with it. But we'll follow his lead and go at the Blue Water Inn with him then.
To which you just see kind of... is James sat in the downstairs area? Or is he in his bedroom?
I went to my room. Yeah.
Okay, Irina is downstairs, and to which she turns around and goes, "For fuck's sake." And she just kind of like clears a table and says, "Go on then, put him there."
I'll move him over towards the table.
And you hear Danica go, "Fucking hell, more blood! I've just finished cleaning up after you!" Jesus fucking Morning Lord, help me. Fucking fine. Take him upstairs, put him in a room. But I'm charging you this time, Soldar. To which he just kind of nods and he looks at you and goes, "Thank you. I don't know what I would have done if you weren't there, but we'll discuss this another day, aye?" And he just kind of doesn't even wait for your answer. He just takes Yevgeny upstairs and you just hear a couple of doors slam. To which Irina goes, "It's literally been 2 hours. What are you doing?"
Sticking our necks out and saving someone's life again. The usual.
"Well, I've had 2 pints, so we've had very different afternoons."
Speaking of pints, I just like nod towards whoever's behind the bar and say, "Go get an ale."
"Oh, I'm in charge. That's right, Erwin said. So, what will it be? Will that be ale?" And she kind of grabs a tank and she starts like... She's clearly like quite tipsy. And she leans against go, "So we're about me wife, eh? Ain't she a stunner?" And she starts pouring like a couple of ales and just puts them in front of you.
Is this Serena?
Yes.
Yes. Are you sure you've only had 2?
Well, the number 2 was in it.
I kind of play along and be like, well, here's a tip of a gold piece for such a pretty landlady. And take an ale and walk back to the table.
"Thank you, darling, but don't let Danica hear that. She'll clap you round the ear, she will." What the fuck am I saying? Sorry. A man just nearly died. Is there anything I can do to help?
Yevgeny's the one that's still standing, right?
No, Yevgeny's the one who's down.
Okay, no, it's Soldar. I've got to mix up. Soldar says that he has it in hand, but might be worthwhile checking in a bit.
I'll go in a minute. James is upstairs in his room. I haven't quite been brave enough to ask my questions yet, but...
Yeah, I wouldn't be brave enough either.
You all saw what I saw, right? And she kind of gestures to Grog and goes, and she
What?
kind of shudders.
What did actually happen there?
Uh, not good things.
I'm
But
getting that vibe.
But it healed you, didn't it?
It did.
Did you see the source of this power?
I think we saw the amber shard glow, did we? His amber shard.
No, it
Was
would
in
have been
his-
in his
We have
pocket.
seen it.
Yeah, it was in
In his
pocket.
filthy little pocketses.
Don't know. Didn't see anything that was particularly off other than the powers he wielded.
It
Unless
felt
it's something
wrong.
He's picked up recently.
No, it was different. It felt wrong. And is anyone going to mention the fourth bride thing? Like, that seems quite... Can we
Fourth-
use that?
Fourth bride?
Maybe.
The spy.
I just didn't remember fourth being said. That was all. I was like,
The traitor. Do we believe a hag?
I believe we'd taken under advisement, but put stock in it.
Would she have had that much reason to lie at that point?
Well, they were bargaining for their lives.
And from what little we know of them, that's all they do. Bargain. But they always hold all the cards in the deal.
Well, I suppose we can rest on it and come back to it if it's ever relevant. I'll add it to our journal, shall I?
My eye is twitching. This is Servant's eye is twitching, motherfucker.
I did actually put it in the journal. It is in there.
Well, I thought it would be a good idea to document everything, just in case
Aye.
we forget things.
It does seem like a good plan.
Well, I'm fucking useless in a fight, so I might as well try and make myself somewhat helpful.
Nonsense.
I wouldn't call what you were doing useless.
True, he was stood in that fire for quite a long time.
Yeah, you managed to stay
DPS
standing.
higher.
You did manage to stay standing, unlike some.
Everyone fought well, but if it's all the same, I'm gonna go catch some rest in preparation for our lesson tonight, John. Same place, same time?
Absolutely.
Then I'll see you there. Thank you all again. I'll go check in on Yevgeny first, okay? And she walks out and she closes the door behind her.
She kind of just starts at me, just like... Seems another problem is deciding to rear its head. If those wolves get any closer, they'll be at the walls besieging soon enough.
I guess they were right about there being a new alpha.
Seems so. Suppose we have the silver to deal with them now, though an entire pack and their leader. Perhaps Swordar will reveal more, which is in a bit more of a fit state for a conversation.
And if it has any connection with Lisa's scrying.
The sounds of what was described from that spell just seem to have something to do with lycanthropy, silver, the mention of Mother Night. Seems something to investigate once we head out once more. But first we should deal with retrieving Stella's soul. And whatever that will bring.
We do need to be careful when we're in there.
What time is it?
Probably 3:30, 4.
Okay, I sleep. No, fuck that. I'm gonna have a talk with James.
I reckon we should all have a talk with James.
Yeah, maybe not everyone at the same time. Do not.
But
That.
Just to spook him.
you
Whilst
were
you're doing all
like
that,
on
your
to
shit,
Netflix. Yeah.
I'm gonna talk
mean,
with James.
Basically, me and Nolan have basically been in the inn for like an hour and a
Yeah,
half,
yeah.
2 hours now, maybe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whilst we were dealing with stuff.
I'm
Okay,
just
go for it.
picturing basically this. So while you were doing that, James has just been in his room, sort of holding the amber shot on his hand, just sort of staring. Very rarely has his eyes actually left locked with the shard and moved anywhere else.
So, as I go back after Blinksy, then I guess,
Mhm.
I enter the room and see you staring at the chart.
You just walk right in. How rude!
We share the same room, mate.
It's true.
I could have been naked.
That's
You could have been
nothing
you
I
could-
It's
haven't
like a
seen
problem for him.
before.
I'm gonna be real.
He could have been
Exactly.
getting fingered.
No, that's why
So,
Nolan
am I
showed
disturbing
up.
something?
Oh, Nolan. And the shard, he doesn't try and hide it necessarily, just sort of places it down on the table next to him. No, come in.
I don't just take it for what it is. I just want to know what happened. I don't judge or anything like that. I just want to know. Everyone makes their own choices, and you made yours. So, what's up?
It wasn't much of a choice. It was either risk the inevitable void or, well, make the deal that I did. What is up? No more than you can deduce, to be honest with you. I made a pact.
With someone called. Oh, what the fuck was it called?
There was no name. The Morgantha believed it to be a vestige of some kind, but the being that I communed with, shall we say, did not declare itself to me. Only that I was to call it master and receive its power, which, as you saw, I did.
Okay. So, any knowledge of ramifications or anything of the sort with that choice?
Not immediately. As of right now, the only thing I've gained is new font of power. Surely.
Yeah.
I'm not foolish enough to believe that such things do not come without a cost, though, Nolan. And
No.
I
never do.
think that the sooner we can get to Argynvostolt, the better. For many more reasons than we had before.
Yep.
And at this point, Javes is somewhat shaken. Like, you can see in his face that there's like trepidation at like the decision that he's had to make, and not yet regret, but almost a tinge of regret. Javes says, I did what I had to do, but cost. I came to this land thinking I would, well, become better. I don't know, seeking knowledge as always, and anything that's been found is questions, mysteries, and unsavory deals of all sorts, and now I just don't know.
I sit down next to him and put my hand on his shoulder and say, well, we should at least be grateful for the phantom or whatever it is. You're still alive. I still have my friend with me. So it ended well so far. And if there's anything I can do, just let me know. And you're not alone with your burdens. I'm here to help if you ever need it.
Just tap Nolan on his leg twice and just say, I appreciate that. I'm hoping this won't come to bite me. Perhaps not in the literal sense as other members of our party can attest to. But I will not let this harm us.
No.
I have my word. If there is any chance that this will endanger ourselves and not help us, I'll do what I must, as I did before.
We'll find a way.
Hopefully. I'm gonna get some rest, if that's okay. I'm still a bit fatigued by the whole situation. The rapid renewal of power has left me surprisingly exhausted.
Completely understandable. But
I
just
hope-
know, if you ever want to talk about it, just have someone to hear your thoughts, I'm always here.
Thank you, Nolan. I hope the rest of the party have got on all right in the whatever they ended up doing.
Yeah, probably all right.
Yeah.
Some
Probably.
shenanigans or other. What the fuck?
Can I just imagine that at this point everyone's walked in and we hear the commotion downstairs and like, Nolan, I think that sleep's gonna have to wait.
Yeah, looks like.
So we'll rush downstairs and join the rest of
Yeah,
the
we were
party.
downstairs.
I'm joking. That wasn't actually a scream.
Hey,
Yeah, I was
hey,
about to
oh.
say, I think that was just
Hey, it
it.
worked.
Oh, I know,
It
it works though, because it's not like you were quiet when you waltzed in with him, were you?
He doesn't come across as the type of person to start screaming now, more of a just, fuck.
Who, Evgeny?
Yeah.
Oh, he's out cold. He's not making any noise.
Oh,
But
there you go
someone fucking screamed because they basically pulled in a fucking corpse, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
You would have heard Danica shout at people, but that would have been it.
We'll say it was enough for us to have heard it and we've come downstairs to see what's going on.
To be fair, you heard
And
shouting.
you pass Irina as you go down. She goes, "I would go back to bed," and she just kind of goes in her room.
Do we listen to her?
I look at James and be like, yeah, bed sounds good.
Okay, bet it is.
Resident wise lady.
Uh-huh. With that, I'm out cold. I'm taking my long rest.
Okay. What would the rest of you like to do? Would you like to rest until John Smith's fighting school, or?
No. We're gonna rest until we go out to bury the sick man in. Oh,
Barry's
recovering
not
man
dead.
in.
Okay, Grolk,
Yeah, but
anything you
we're
want to
gonna
do
fucking
before
carry
then?
him, aren't we? In
So
a
that'll be
stretcher.
about 7 o'clock, so anything you want to do between 4 and 7?
You want to
No.
head up and get some rest, John?
Oh, yeah.
For your
Haven't-
fighting school? And you've also got that body to carry, well, that man to carry into town.
Definitely need some rest, I think.
As soon as John closes his eyes, I knock on the door and say, John, let's go. We need to go.
Okay, before that, James,
Aw.
Sabriel, anyone else want to do anything in those few hours?
I'm asleep. I'm gone to the world.
Okay, then Sabriel.
Once John heads upstairs and it's just me and Grog, want to maybe, like, I don't know, find a table off in the corner or something. Basically just a bit out of the way of people. because I think all the rooms have an occupant.
Yeah, I think we've got a full house at the moment, haven't we?
Yeah.
We good?
Sorry, I didn't realize you were waiting on me.
I wasn't sure if you heard. What? Yeah.
What? You're getting a table? Cute date?
Maybe, or club meetup. Very exclusive club.
Meet up.
Okay. Danica just kind of points you to a table. It's your normal one down there. And she goes, did you want grub or...
What time of day is it?
Just said 4, wasn't it?
Mhm.
So late lunch
Yeah.
/ early tea.
Yeah, everybody seems to be doing their own thing.
Well, I'd say, where's Erwin? Is he somewhere? Well, he'll be in the kitchen. Look, don't tell him this, but on the house, alright? You did us lots of solids already, it's the least we can do. Just don't tell him I said that.
Thank you.
Of course, darling. Gotta look
Yeah.
out. Gotta look out for the, well, gotta look out for our friends here and there, don't we? Otherwise, what's the point of them? But, anyway. See you in a bit. Was it wolf steaks again, or...?
That'll be lovely.
Alright, well, medium rare. How do you want it these days? Medium it is. Fucking hell. And she just kind of writes it down, steps back, and just goes into the kitchen.
Sorry.
No. It's just Danica. To which she just gives you a wave to gesture it'll be like 15 minutes or so.
No, just swearing is coming from the kitchen.
And you're left alone at the table. There doesn't seem to be that many people around, but it's slowly starting to fill up.
Guess I'll just sort of keep my voice down a bit. How are you feeling after our trip to the Abbot?
Calmer, to say the least. Though, apparently you didn't manage to purge every trace of the wolf from us, according to those runners we found.
I guess maybe it's just residual. It has only been like a day, I think. It's only been a day, so maybe it'll fade with time. It's something to be aware of.
Sooner it's gone the better, though at the moment it seems to hold a slight advantage for us. Staying their
Certainly.
claws.
Worked in our favour, at least briefly.
No, I don't know how much longer that'll last now that they managed to run back.
Good thinking on your feet, by the way.
Much as it begrudges me, it was partially the orc's idea.
You speak Orcish, then? I've noticed you two talking before.
It's useful in my line of work to know their tongue, as you can imagine.
What is your line of work?
Well,
I mean, I've noticed.
yes,
what
the
you're
CEO of
proficient
racism,
with,
Jake.
but
I am the CEO of racism. I'm overseeing a merger with the CEO of misogyny later today, I'll have you know.
Bro's collecting all the infinity shards.
My two
what kind
favourite
of merger
departments.
is it though? Like a type 1 or a type 2? You know, are they?
Well,
Which one's absorbing it?
my crew is big and it keeps getting bigger, and that's because Jesus
Whoa,
Christ
whoa,
is not.
whoa, 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 whoa. That's Swindle's word. Don't. Anyway,
I know
on.
we're streaming. I'm not going to say while streaming. Off stream, however. Anyway.
It's alright.
Well, it's in the name, isn't it? I've had deal with specializing with those that wander and pillage of their kind.
I know it's caused, well, varying reactions from people, but I wasn't sure how literal it was.
Usually I wouldn't stand his presence for long, but I believe you can understand my hand is forced in this realm. Can't really afford any more enemies.
Explains your difficulties interacting with him. Although,
Oh, wait. Hold on. Do you hear screaming?
right, I'll just close the chat again.
Probably a good idea.
Fuck, what was I saying?
Got the VOD now.
You're asking about why the
Yeah.
Orcish thing. Why
Yeah,
you speaking
well,
Orcish?
yeah, thank you. I mean, I've not had much close interactions with many orcs or half orcs, but John certainly seems to be a decent person.
On the surface, perhaps, but appearances can often be deceiving. You have a fine pair of eyes. You've caught things that I haven't seen, and you know what can easily hide in the shadows.
Well, maybe, but so far all I've seen is
He attacked me in Durst Manor!
right. Fuck it. This is getting muted.
Sorry, it's partially my fault as well.
No. Sorry, Jake, I'm not listening to your background music anymore.
Happens.
I don't know. Maybe the rest of them are different, but John seems to have only been decent so far. I mean, he talked Doru through his urges, which I feel like it wasn't just me who seemed prepared for a fight in that instance, but he managed to resolve it fairly peacefully, and I think that counts for something of his character at least.
He did talk Doru down, but he has the mark of a soldier about him. And I don't know under what banner he served. There's something martial to him. More than I've seen in some groups of vagabonds, but beyond that, he was as ready to slay him as the rest of us. He just decided for once to take a non-violent path. I'm afraid I haven't had the luxury of not encountering their kind.
I imagine it wasn't a good experience if you have such strong feelings.
It was it was in the past. And now I'm here. And I find myself with a different sort of prey to fight. But I don't know how far I can trust him. But for now, he doesn't seem likely to stab me in the back like I'll stay my blade for now, but seems all we have in this land is each other, so as much as it pains me, I'll have to make do with what we have.
Do you think? Well, you seemed concerned about what happened with Javes. Do you think that's something to worry about, or?
James has got himself involved in as many tricks up his sleeve. I'm scared how many more he has and cost of them.
I mean, it may not be connected, I don't know, but I noticed at the lake when we defeated Isaac, he did, Javes picked up there was an amber shard that Isaac had with his arm. I wonder if that has some connection.
It's not impossible, I suppose. Amber is a important relic in this land for dark magics, it would seem. That's what was used with Walter.
Yeah,
And whatever.
Elizabeth's powers. Although they seemed quite different to what Isaac had going on, and well, we don't really know what's going on with Javes, but something to be wary of, I guess.
Well, I suppose if he channels any dark energies, we have a cleric to hand to, with dab hand at dealing with such foul energies. I'm sure you'll catch if Javes tries to sneak any of his dark dealings past us.
I'll definitely be keeping my eye out. Just, well, generally, there's a lot to be wary of.
You have better eyes than I. Wish that I had such decent perception, but
Were you... Well, we were interrupted, but do you have any thoughts on the stones? You said it seemed quite old.
from what little of the history we've known of this land, which seemingly
The time was more an estimate. You wouldn't know for certain.
No, you said at least 500. So
Give or take.
yeah. So I was just trying to think around that time. It would have at
Like-
least been the start of Strahd's era, give or take. Though I can't be precise of a year. It would have been around his time, his first rising at least.
I wonder if it has any connection with that. I mean, the butterfly, I don't know, but the other two we saw, the raven with the star was near Castle Ravenloft, near Strahd's kind of residence, I guess. And the other one,
Spider of Berez,
yeah,
filled with
it
its
did
cobwebs.
seem to be fitting for the area. Even Lisa seemed rather spider-like in a sense, and yeah, giant cobwebs that Javes spoke about.
And what ties a butterfly to the city of Vallaki? There's nothing here that would tie such a creature.
It doesn't have a star behind it like the other two either.
I suppose what stands different from Vallaki between Ravenloft and what's left of Berez? Something, I just don't think we have the answer. And
The Wolf Hunter brothers mentioned that there were more stones. If
that
I'm
seemingly marks
correct.
out Kresk or the winery, yeah. Didn't spot it on our last foray, but that sounds of things we'll be heading over there soon enough. Perhaps we'll learn something more there.
Yes. Something to keep note of if they are markers of, I don't know, maybe lands or powers in that area. It'd be something useful to be aware of.
Suppose at a push we could return to the Vistani and ask them. They seem to be acquainted with the land more so. And see if they know anything about the other two. They haven't got a fucking clue what happened in the fucking mill, do they, about the Grigori? I was about to say.
No.
Alright, okay. Right, that's the next point. Might need to pop in and speak to them anyway about one of the missing Vistani we found in the windmill.
You found someone in the windmill?
Well, you found someone, but they weren't quite all there. They were seemingly... Their mind was twisted in a way, and whatever, some form of necromancy was keeping them alive. Rather than leave them to their twisted mind, we tried to remove them, but once they were removed from the windmill, the spell broke.
Maybe that's for the best.
All I know is that before his body was dealt with by Nolan and released from this plane, he gave out one final word of thanks before passing on. I don't know what the witches did to him in there, but it was not pleasant, to say the least.
I guess I'm glad I went ahead with Irina.
It was not good for the stomach. And let's just say I if I was even tempted to eat the pies after everything I'd seen. I am most certainly not tempted now. I suppose you've seen Ernst when you've been travelling through the city, have you? Or is he still sulking?
I haven't seen it, have I, Jake?
No, no. But whether or not he's following you, I guess I can't really tell you. But
Yeah,
you
that's
haven't seen him.
I haven't seen him, but while I have spotted him, sometimes he is quite talented at not being seen as much as people made fun of him. That's not to say that he isn't aware of what we're doing. Getting up to.
Perhaps just stop slacking then. I say like grin, like I'm being sarcastic, like just in case he's listening. Just like a cup just flies towards the back of my head. uh,
Seems like there's lots of different things going on and lots of different people to be wary of. I mean, the Wolf Hunter brothers had mentioned werewolf packs and alpha before, but it definitely seems more of a problem. And with them mentioning they're trying to expand their lands, maybe something to warn Fiona of.
probably wise. Guard might need increasing, but I suppose with the extra bodies inside the walls, I'd be able to press a few. Are they hot? Yep, they're hot.
I want nuggets now.
We good?
I did want to speak to Fiona about something, so I can mention it to her.
Maybe we'll speak to her before the ritual, or sooner perhaps, if you'd rather not risk another night.
I'll probably go this evening. Better for her to know sooner rather than later.
Hopefully, after this brief skirmish, they shouldn't attack tonight, but they might be afraid of our savior. I think I have a guess of who it might be.
What are your thoughts?
I think it's Van Richten's apprentice.
Hmm.
Seemed to be the one they were talking about before on our return from the tower. Do we know if she is roaming the lands at the moment?
He did say she is, well, yeah, around, and currently has his title for the, what was it he said? Like, most talented source person or something.
I don't know what it was either.
Yeah, something like that. I can't remember.
I think it was the title Van Richten had himself,
Mm.
and
Which
now
one,
it's
though?
hers. Yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is I don't know the phrase to look for.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, that one.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Perhaps she might be our fated ally. If the cards are to be believed.
If we managed to find her. I couldn't see her through the trees. Or
Fine, Rickton.
whoever it was.
Well, she wasn't exactly described as a very sociable person. I suppose we slay enough werewolves who might attract her ire.
Thing to look out for, at least.
Our paths will probably cross soon enough if we head out after the pack.
Although, we probably have more pressing things to deal with immediately.
Yeah. I do wonder where our meals have gone. I just kind of like glance over the kitchen, see if the food's coming.
Yeah, the food's been there for a while. Sorry.
Oh, right. You didn't say anything.
I didn't want to interrupt your conversation.
You could have said just like the food arrived.
Are you two DMC'd out?
Sorry, that was so like
No, it's good.
just
Do more.
stilted.
It's good.
Oh, it's good.
I'm making up
Okay.
for the past 19 sessions of not speaking.
You're fine. It was good. But I won't interrupt. Are you both ready to carry on?
Pretty much everything I had.
Okay.
Yeah, but we'll
Then-
just dig in and then just eat and then just chill until everyone else revives.
Okay. A few hours pass, and then Nolan, you wake up and you remember it's now your turn to do your
Nap.
duty.
Woo, carry man. Let's go.
So just to
John?
clarify,
Might get another kiss.
me and Sarah were long rested, or for the purpose of the argument, are we not long rested at the moment?
I live in celibacy. Thank you very much.
It's not even sleepy time yet. When you sleep, it'll be a long rest.
All right, fair enough.
Arguably a short rest, I guess.
If you
Yeah.
want.
We sat down and had food and kind of didn't do much.
Way
I
ahead of you.
don't need it, but
I knock on the door. On John's door.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go, John.
Where we
Time
going?
to help the friends
Oh,
into the city.
okay.
Sweet. Thank you. Might get a kiss, mate.
I still don't remember agreeing to this, to be honest, but okay, let's go.
I signed you up, mate.
Okay. And you approach. Well, anything you two want to discuss as you're on your way to the Eastern Gates?
I don't think so.
No,
Okay.
we're
Then
good.
you arrive at the Eastern Gate, where you see a stretcher with the man, Franz kind of on it, with his sister kind of standing against it. And as she sees, she goes, "Oh, you came!
Of course. I promised you.
You did, you did. You have more honor than most men in this camp. Certainly more than me, brother. But they said they pitched us a tent in the town square. Could you be a dear and give us a hand?"
Of course. Of course. John, take the other side.
Right, how about?
Sweet.
Okay. As you kind of walk in, she kind of goes, "So, I'm gonna take a stab in the dark and assume you're not from here."
We're not. No, we're not.
Is it the skin color?
You have a different skin color?
I'm green.
Oh, guess I didn't notice. The tusks, however. Don't suppose you've chewed the throat off someone, have you?
No, not yet.
No, and John, he probably has sometime. Once, or twice.
I don't know if they asked for it.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
More for intimidation than anything, really.
Well, consider me intimidated. So, the Ags. I'm
Yeah.
gonna take a stab in the dark and assume
Yep.
you did that.
All of us.
Who's all of you?
Our little party of misfits.
Even Irina?
Oh yeah.
Irina was one of the best of us.
I didn't
She
even know
was.
she could fight, to be honest. I thought she just wore the armor as a bit of a, oh, look at me, I'm rich and I'm important.
Oh, no. She beats this guy up every day.
Well, consider me surprised. I just thought she had a bit of main character syndrome, if I'm honest.
No, she's actually
off.
really nice if you get to know her.
Well, she did get us in the town, so... Alright,
Yeah.
she's got it going for her.
Exactly.
I'll sing her praises when I raise a glass to her health tonight, yeah? But,
Sounds good.
how are you finding the land currently? Other than, you know, how shit it is.
Basically that. How shit it is for everything and everyone inhabiting it. Not really much positive to say,
No.
apart from some notable characters trying to do good in a land where everything is just dark grey.
Aye, it is a bit gloomy, I'll confess. But, the wine's good at least. We have that.
Yeah, for now.
I mean, I can't say
Ominous.
anything bad about what Erwin serves us, to be honest.
Yep, Homer is doing a great job.
I don't know the name, I'm afraid. Is that the owner of the Blue Water?
Yeah, exactly.
Aye.
So,
Well,
yeah.
I'll let him know
Lovely
that I know
fellow.
you.
Yeah, lovely fellow that.
Aye, well, what about Fiona? Can we trust her?
Yeah, she was also instrumental in taking down the hacks.
Miss Proctor fought for us.
Yeah, she did.
Then that's two people I owe a drink to.
Mhm.
Well,
But yeah, she seems like a good choice for mayor. With everything as it is.
well, she's got my vote if I'm allowed. She
Yeah.
let us in. It's more than we can
Yeah.
say for anyone else.
Oh yeah.
Still, it'll be good to get a night's rest without having to look behind us.
Yeah.
A lot of
that I
these
can get.
people need it, to be honest.
Yeah, if you know someone who needs help or just someone to talk to, Father Petrovich is always available at the church on the western part of town.
All right, I'll keep it in mind. Thank you, sir.
Of course.
This is us, though. And as you go to the town square, you see, like, essentially the kind of shantytown-looking outside of the gates has been kind of relocated into the town square, where a number of tents have been set up. You see a lot of the Valakians kind of looking, and most look like they couldn't care less. Some raise their noses and kind of, ugh. But otherwise, there's not really any major negativity going around about it. The guards seem to be like helping refugees settle down and move in and carrying a few things back and forth. You hear a number of voices kind of saying where things are, like the stockyard is where you'll get your basic supplies. Blue Water Inn's open at this time if you need the church, things like that. But all in all, it seems like quite a jarring atmosphere because it's actually quite positive, which is very, very odd in this particular setting. But Nyanka throws her arms around you once more and plants a kiss on another cheek and goes, "My family will never forget what you've done for us today, Master Jacobs. We won't. Every night we'll sing to your elf. You have me word."
Well, it's just my duty. Happy to help. If you need anything else, I'll be at the Blue Water Inn.
Hi. If you ever fancy a drink, let me know. I'll buy. At least the first round. Not that I'm sure a man of the cloth can drink that much.
You're right there. But yeah, I'll take you up on that.
And she kind of nods to the children, who start running around and immediately kind of exploring the town. What would you like to do?
I think this is it for Nolan actually, because he's
Okay.
exhausted. He's been downed like 10 times in 2 minutes, and yeah, he's not feeling very well.
Okay. In that case, unless anyone has anything else to do, we will cut to John Smith Fighting School.
Oh yeah.
Sort
Go
of. Just in the sense of I think I told you I wanted to go and talk to Fiona, and also I will let her know about the interaction with the wolves, the werewolves,
Okay.
and what they said about expanding territories.
Could always save that for tomorrow, since you have plenty of time to kill anyway. But yeah, we can do that now.
Not necessarily to roleplay it out, but just I don't know.
Okay, it's up to you. We can roleplay out.
It's good. I can leave it.
Okay.
Just keep drinking in the inn. We got a table nailed down.
Fiona kind of looks taken aback and goes, "Well, I'll now that I've got the refugees in, at least there'll be less numbers added to their army, I suppose. But perhaps some of the men wish to earn some coin. It seems like the town could use a few more watchers. We have plenty of silver to throw about, so thank you for coming to me with this. It's good to know, and we'll ensure that we double the guard and ensure we recruit some new ones. Get some money into the pockets that need the mouths to feed, so to speak." And what about you? Are you holding up okay?
I think so. The werewolves seem to recognize me and Grog as part of the pack.
I'm not sure if that's good news or bad news.
I don't know how long that will last for. It's just residual.
And you think Yevgeny will live?
Sildar seemed confident, although he didn't look that good. But
No, well, when you've been mauled by a lichen, it's unfortunately not the best. But if Soldar says he'll live, then he will live. But I must confess, Sabrinal, I am reliant on you all to help save my daughter's soul, it would seem. So why don't you go rest up? I mean this in the utmost of respect, but... Well, you look quite... Oh, goodness sake. Sorry. And you feel like this slight kind of pressure on your shoulder as, like, something begins to start patting down your clothing. To which, a little jump later, you just hear, "Squeak! Squeak!" And Majesto just kind of does a little bow and goes, "Whilst I imagine he wasn't of too much help in the battle, it is always helpful to bring him back and learn what happened, and he says you all fought bravely."
I thought he died.
Death is just a mere obstacle for his kind. It's not really an option. Just more a inconvenience.
Do you summon him?
As one would. It's complicated. He was passed down, or at least the incantation was passed down in the family. But I suppose it's no different to any other spell. But he's become more than just a summoning. He's now a Voctor. Not by blood, but by spirit alone. Isn't that right, Majesto? To which Majesto just goes, "Hmm?
Before I came to here, to Barovia, I hadn't had much close interaction with magical any sort of abilities, but since arriving I've found I can cast some spells. Certainly not as many as our sorcerer or
Well,
cleric, but
Lysaga used to say that the land itself is living. Perhaps it has chosen you to learn of the arcane. It would not be unheard of. Your friend, Jolfir, I believe his name. I believe he has also been passed down the magic in his bloodline. And then there are people like Victor who seem to learn it themselves. But if you say you have an innate ability, then that is certainly interesting and unique and worth pursuing further.
do you think I could learn how to summon a similar creature like Majesto, or?
Give me one moment. And she leaves the room for a minute and then comes back with a book, or more like a parchment. But it's not like got a title or anything, it's literally just a binder with a number of pages in it. And she pulls out, flicking through, and goes, "Try this. Now, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and focus. What have you been using to focus on your other abilities?" Like, do you actually have like a pouch full of components, or do you have like an actual like little artifact you use?
Yeah, I hadn't actually thought about it because it was through multiclassing.
Well, it could
I
be
mean-
innate, given the nature of where the magic
Yeah.
comes from. So you
I
could
was
be the
kind of
focus, I
thinking that.
suppose.
Yeah,
It could be the embuscade you have.
Could be the embuscade if you
I-
wanted it to be.
yeah. I was. That
It
was
is actually
like,
no, it
do
does
I?
work.
I've mostly just been. I don't know. When I concentrate, I can almost feel like a warmth in my chest. Like I'm. I don't know. Getting the. Like it's coming from somewhere. But. Am I lagging? Everyone's disappeared.
No,
I'm
you're
sorry.
fine. Just everyone else has turned off their camera.
Okay. I just panicked. Everyone's cameras went off, and that's what happens when like
Jake's blue screen.
when my thing. Yeah, okay, yeah. I wouldn't about that. But it's like Alex's camera went off, and then Jake's was loading, and then that went off, and then.
Oh yeah, I'm just removing my camera while I'm not doing anything, so I don't distract.
That's fair enough. But I just was like,
Whole time for
shit,
the same
have I
reason.
like lagged out, and then nobody can
Yeah.
hear me. I'm just talking to myself again. No, wait for Jake to come back. I'm surprised at how well it's handled it, considering how many things I have on screen. But it seems to be running fine today. I guess no battle maps.
Yeah.
Just saying, if it crashes now, your own fault.
I feel like I've been talking the whole time.
Yeah, I can't. Why are you being such a yapper? Like, honestly, no one yaps as much as you.
I maybe Sabriel's just catching up to like Cheris normally.
Sorry, my double standard doubled over and died.
Like you said, you'd have 19 sessions to catch up on.
Well.
Jake, say nothing if we can have a lightsaber in the campaign.
There are multiple different coloured dragons in this campaign.
Just none of them are red ones.
Oh yeah,
None of them
they're
are
all
just red
multicolored,
ones.
but no red. Mhm.
Yeah, there's no red
Joseph's
in it. Every
multicolored
colour
dragon.
of the spectrum,
There we go. That works.
just not red.
Sorry, I just felt a bit out of the weather then. Yes, try and focus on this and breathe deep and repeat after me. And she speaks an incantation.
You're not going to make me actually say funny
No.
words, right? Good.
Bazinga balonga.
Bazinga
Abracadabra.
balonga sakomadonga.
And
Appreciate.
as you repeat after her, the fire smoke begins to kind of coalesce. It begins to form shapes, almost dancing, very similar to Stanimir back at the campfire, you might remember during your game of stories. As it begins to glow a green, and as it does so, the smoke begins to manifest, forming a shape. But then, a bit of the mist that's kind of drifted through the door that's open behind you, the window open behind you, sorry, begins to mix with it. And as you look at your shoulder, you see a little owl kind of looking straight back at you. Well, it would seem you are a natural.
Wasn't entirely expecting that to work.
It seems like the land has chosen you. As for what purpose? Well, I suppose that is for you to discern.
Oh.
You may keep the page if you so wish, which from a metagaming you can have that spell to your repertoire
Thank you.
of Find Familiar.
Mhm.
I believe if you spend some time with it, perhaps an hour or so before bed, you can train it to take other forms.
That's good to know.
Rhaegar's cannon turned into a red dragon.
When you look up Find Familiar, just make sure it's the old version, not 2024.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm happy for you to make up whatever animal it comes across as well. Up to you.
I was indecisive, so like an owl is good for now. Then if I want it to be something else, I'll change it. I will have to buy stuff for it to perform the ritual. It's like
I'm
certain
happy.
amounts of incense and stuff.
All that stuff would be at the stockyard, yeah.
Mhm.
So any component that doesn't have a cost is covered by your focus. Any component with
Yeah.
a cost you need to gather yourself.
Yeah, it's I can't remember how much, but it's a certain amount of like incense and charcoal and stuff like that. I think you only
Yeah.
have to use it when you summon it again, or
You can just specify, like, I have 50 gold's worth of stuff to use for this
Yeah.
spell in your inventory. That's up to you to micromanage, I'm afraid.
yeah. No, that's all right. It's if I can basically
Alternatively-
go and pick up a certain amount of stuff from the stockyard.
It is a ritual spell. I don't know if rogues innately get to cast ritual spells, but that means you don't have to use a spell slot for it if you spend a bit of time casting it.
Feel like I can't, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
I will have to check that one. I couldn't
Oh, it's a
really see
casting time of
anything
1
either way.
hour, so it'll be like something you do at like the beginning of the day kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. And if that's all,
Hey, I can justify one of the spells I have.
don't worry. At least you don't turn into a bear. Okay. But Sabriel, with your passive perception being as it is, and we yeah, Irina rolled in that one on a stealth check anyway. As she it comes to midnight, as everyone's kind of resting soundly now. John Smith, you awake and go to the graveyard as normal, I assume?
Yeah.
Irina follows, but she's a little late, possibly about 12:15, and she just completely flops and just slams her face on the ground and goes, "Fuck!" Which wakes you up immediately, Sabriel. To which Irina just turns awkwardly and goes, "Sorry."
Are you alright?
Yeah, trying to not... Ow! Trying not to wake you. Sorry. Oh, fuck, that hurt. And she kind of stands up and just kind of starts rubbing the back of her leg. Just kind of trying to remove the pain as much as she can.
You're going out to fight with John, right?
Yeah, although call in sick today. That really hurt. Yeah, we're heading to the graveyard. Want to come with?
I wouldn't be intruding.
No,
It's
I
kind of-
don't think so. In fact, it might make it a fair fight for him, in the sense that maybe you two against me he would stand a chance. I don't think he'd mind. He seems to like you anyway, so why wouldn't he?
John, at this point, is just shadow boxing in the graveyard.
What, Rocky style?
Yeah,
Oh, he's shadowboxing his own shadow.
from a distance. From a distance, all you hear is his.
I love that you could genuinely be fighting your shadow as well.
Fighting my inner demons.
Damn, demon got hands. Well, you wouldn't be intruding. In fact, we'd welcome it. I'm sure.
If that's alright then.
Of course. Come on. Yeah, bring your weapons. He tends to like to go straight into the hard stuff.
Okay. Well, I'll leave the bow, but
Yo.
Okay. And the guards, it's a very quiet night despite the refugees. Fiona, as promises, positioned most of the night guards on the walls with a few kind of looking over the refugee camp just in case. Which leaves you with very few faces to look at as you kind of walk to the graveyard. But as you do, you just see John Smith boxing his
His shadow.
His
It
little
looks like a
shadow.
Callan. Yeah. The echo's been formed.
Might as well.
We'll fight each other.
Might as well take advantage of it.
John, I hope you don't mind. I kind of fell over and woke Sobriel up, and I thought I might as well just bring him with me.
Sure. Why not? The more the merrier.
So, what are we doing today?
I think we're doing more fighting, to be honest. Let's work on a couple of menus, some riposte, maybe.
To which Irina looks directly behind you, John, and she starts to kind of reach for her rapier ever so slightly. As you hear her voice kind of go, well, back for another training session, are we? And you turn around and you see 8 guards, all kind of with their pikes, halberds, and swords, kind of looking over you. None of them, it's worth considering, bear the sigil of Fiona. They all bear the sigil of a Lucky.
Kind of feigning the premise that I'm going to just start trading with Irene, and I pull out my great sword, whilst also being wary and saying, well, yeah, nothing wrong with that, is there?
There's a bounty on your name, Green Man.
there
Someone's
really?
been naughty. How about you put the sword down, and we'll let these two here go free, and we'll take you to Castle Ravenloft ourselves. How's that sound?
How about no?
I don't think I was asking. You really think you can take on all of us?
No, I just don't think you're telling the truth. Strahd's had chance to kill me twice, and he's let me live twice, and we have an open invitation with him for next week.
Roll me a insight check.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Oh no.
That's fine. It's hard to tell if they're lying, but the guard speaks with such like a innate kind of confidence. He's clearly not telling the whole truth, but whether or not whatever he is saying, you don't know.
John just assumes he's lying anyway.
Well, if you won't come freely, then we'll have to take you by force. You may have killed Isaac, but he was just but one man. How about 8 of us?
There's definitely more man than all 8 of you. That's for certain. Despite its psychotic flaws.
And they all start slowly approaching you. Don't hurt Mistress Kalyana. As for the little one, kill as you see fit. And with that, can you roll initiative for me, please?
Before that, can I tell Sabriel to run and warn the others, or warn the guards? The actual guards?
It'll have to be on your turn.
Ah.
Once again, I haven't got a map, so theatre of mind.
Yeah.
As they all kind of start approaching you, the first runs at you. And with that, the dance begins.
14. Would you say I'm fully rested at this point as well?
Not long rested, no. But any short rests you did are fine.
Okay, let me just do one dice to get me up to 45. Fuck's sake. Hang on 1 second.
Yeah, I'm taking my camera off if everyone else is.
The only reason I'm not doing mine is because I feel like it's crashing my PC.
2 plus 5, 7. Okay, that brings you to 45. That's great. Excuse me.
13 for me. For initiative.
Okay.
Mama's 14. My health's updated, but my health bar hasn't updated.
Yeah, just make sure the numbers are correct. It's not that deep.
Yep.
Oh, come on, Irina. Okay. The first guard is going to run over you with his spear in his hands and with a two-handed swing with a 10 to hit.
Miss.
You just parry him to the side just in time for the second to come at you with a critical fail, followed by the third who does the same with an 11 to hit.
Miss.
As you push all three to the side, it gives you an opening and an opportunity to swing.
Would you say my echo's already up? And...
Yeah.
Actually, does it really matter at this point?
No.
No. Okay, I'll just swing at the closest one with my
The
great
one that
sword.
kind of swung at you first, or...
Yeah. Great sword, 22 to hit.
22 will hit, roll damage.
That is 10 damage.
As you cut deep into a guard, you hear a scream of pain as your sword finds its mark, bringing out a swirl of blood.
And I will follow up with a second swing on the same guard. With a... Boom, 19.
And with the return blow, you cut him in half, his torso dropping to the floor in the cemetery.
I kind of shout to the rest of the others, pointing at the dismembered fellow. Are you sure you want to do this? As I flick the blood off the sword and ready for the next one.
And none of them give a shit about what you're saying. But Sabriel, you are up.
Okay. Can I... What's this to?
Don't worry about distance.
Okay.
Just anything is within range.
Alright. I'm gonna try and go for, I guess, yeah, one of them, the nearest one.
Okay. As John Smith kind of parries the other two to his side, it gives you an opening to take your own swing.
I put my rapier out. No. 8 plus 6, 14.
Will hit. Roll damage.
Okay. sorry, I'm on to 3d6 now. No, I've not got sneak attack.
John Smith would be within 5 foot of him, so yeah, you would be. You would have sneak
See?
attack. Yeah, you just. This is the one that tried to attack him.
Alright. Um. 9, 12, 18, 21.
21 damage.
If I can remember that I have 3d6 and not 2.
You grab your rapier, and with one solid thrust, it goes straight through the heart of one of them, who just slumps over it, and you have to use all your strength to kick his body off. A very big kill.
Can I, then, I don't know, like back up or step to the side or whatever to, because there's
Yeah.
trees and gravestones and stuff around. Basically, I want to try and hide
Okay, go for it.
with my bonus action.
And you hear a, "Don't lose sight of him! The androgynous one!"
Sorry, I've got things on different screens.
That's right.
20.
Okay. And it seems like the shadows just envelop you, and you can see the guards looking for you, but they all completely just give up and just start charging Irina and John Smith instead. With the first charging John with a 8 to hit.
Miss.
The second, who will go for the flank, since they are guards, with a 22 to hit for 9 piercing damage.
Great.
And the others are going to go for you as well, with a 18 to hit
Yeah.
for 6 piercing damage.
Okay.
That one's dead. You again, with 13 to hit.
Miss.
But this one goes, "No, I think I'm going to go for Irina. Fuck your orders." And he is going to run in. And with a 16 to hit and Irina's failed initiative, the guard takes a swing at Irina. And she can't react since she got technically... oh, that's bad. That's very unlucky. And she can't react as the rapier goes flying. And she will also take 5 piercing damage as a bit of... manages to catch a nick.
How far away is that guard from John? That one.
Far. You are next to Irina.
Okay.
But then, in the background, you hear a, "Oi! There's no way talking to a lady like that. Here you go, darling, catch." And Irina's rapier begins twirling in the air, to which Irina catches it. And without even thinking, she is going to thrust. With a critical, with a 16 to hit, sorry. For 5 piercing damage. To which you see a woman start running up towards you. But not quite in view just yet. Let me just roll her initiative. Okay, never mind.
Was it? Crit zeros, was it?
No, she rolled a 23. So she will be next in the turn order anyway. And you see her run into view. You see a young woman, short and dusky skinned, with jet black hair and dark eyes. You see a mud-stained cloak hangs across her shoulders, and a small dark feather hangs on a leather cord around her neck, between 2 carved wooden beads. A wooden crossbow hangs from a mount on her back, and a short sword rests within her hand. But, as her right hand lifts up her head, her fingers begin idly twirling a bright blue streak that runs through her hair as she flashes you a grin and holds out the other hand. Right then.
Fair pardon.
Enough with this. I've got business in here and you're in my fucking way, do you hear? And she is going to strike with a... That's an opening and a half, that's a critical. Oh, 2 damage. Actually, recoverable. for 17 damage as she runs to Irina, and as Irina kind of grabs the guard and holds him, the woman throws her rapier straight through his neck and kicks him off. Pleasure to meet you, Miss Corleone. I've heard naught but good things, but perhaps save the greetings for in a minute, aye? To which Irina's just like, okay? She looks very taken aback. Okay. This guard will swing at John Smith with advantage. With a 10 to hit advantage.
Miss.
And the second with a 10 to hit with advantage. John Smith, you're up.
Doesn't really matter. I just swing at any of them. Doesn't matter which one.
Go for it.
And with a 15 to hit.
15 will do. Will hit.
And with something good. There we go.
Okay, and the second attack?
Second one is crit 20.
Okay.
Crit damage. Roll that. All those dice.
And a D100? You're able to take the disarm action after your attack, and you can steal your opponent's weapon if you have a free hand. Otherwise, you can kick it up to 20 foot away. But it doesn't matter. With your two swings, and, well, one swing, you cleave two heads that begin rolling on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
Sabriel, you're up.
Can I guess, like, duck out from... I guess maybe I'm hiding behind one of the, like, graves or something? One of the bigger ones?
Yep.
And try and take a swing at one of the guys near John.
Okay. You launch yourself over the gravestone, and you thrust. And let's see the hit with advantage since you'll be flanking.
18 plus...
Yeah, it hits.
and sneak attack, because I was hidden.
Okay.
10, 18, 21 again.
Okay, and you just stab straight through the back of the skull of this gentleman who just falls to the floor like a fish. To which the other two go, "Oh fuck, we're way out of our depth, let's get the fuck out of here!" And they are going to try and run. John, would you like an attack of opportunity on one, and Sabriel an attack of opportunity on the other? Up to you if you wish to take them.
I want to take it, but I want to try and knock him out.
Okay.
With a 15 to hit.
And you just knock him cold to the floor as he kind of skids through the mud face first. And Sabriel.
Would I notice that John's done
Yeah.
that?
Yeah,
The
you
same
would.
thing?
I've hit him with my pommel rather
Yeah.
than the blade.
To which the woman just goes, "Ooh, that looks like it fucking stings." You really thought you'd look at a big toothy man like this and come out alive? God, Lady Voctor's a fucking idiot. She's hiring people like you. No offense to my green-skinned friend, of course.
I just smile back. Not taken.
It's only an 11 to hit for me, so I missed, I think.
Nope, an 11 will hit.
Oh, okay.
They're only shitty little guards.
Yeah, just for knocking him out as well.
Okay, let's see the damage. Can you deal 8 damage?
Can I can technically deal less than 8 damage.
Okay, let's roll it.
You feel lucky, punk.
12.
Okay, and you knock him out cold. To which the other woman kind of walks up, puts her hand on the back of his shoulders, go, "Well, I see what Erwin said's absolutely right. You certainly can defend yourselves, fucking hell. Well, most of you at least. Sorry about your rapier, Miss Irina, but well, they look cool in me head. To which Irina's just still taken about, like, I have no idea who you are, I'm so sorry. Oh, me? Oh, the name's Muriel. Muriel Vinshaw, at your service, and Erwin said you'd like some help going to the winery. Well, I'm here to take you.
That blue streak in her hair. Is it familiar? The color, I mean.
It's a blue streak.
Like, is
Is
it
it a familiar shade?
is it from like Raven blue streak?
Calm, motherfucker.
It's just a blue. Are you asking her in character?
How long have you been following us for?
I ain't been following you. I just arrived from the winery.
Not as you, as a Raven, maybe?
The fuck are you trying to say? Did he hit you in the head or something?
Can you not polymorph? Is it polymorph? Is that what you call it?
What, like some kind of tree-hugging druid?
Yeah.
And she kind of stands up and like does a T-pose, goes, I don't even have a wooden staff and I hate trees.
Okay, I just have to ask.
That's alright, but what makes you ask?
We've been getting followed by a raven with very noticeable blue feathers.
Well, I once saw a wolf with an ugly face, but that don't mean it was Isaac Strahd in disguise.
He nearly got so far through that session without mentioning blue.
Good on that bird, though. Sounds like he's got good taste. And she kind of flicks her hair back and goes, right, it's been a bit of a travel. So, drink?
I want to
Besides, Erwin might want to hear what I have to say about his family over at the winery.
find out who sent these to kill me. Oh well, to kidnap me.
Ah, shit, yeah, well, in that case, I'll meet you at Blue Water.
Sounds good.
Alright, well, don't be too long. These scum don't deserve much mercy. Perhaps just put them out their misery before they hurt another one.
Don't worry, I will.
And she just kind of starts whistling, and she kind of starts twiddling her rapier around in her hand, quite delicately and impressively. And they start to come around and go, oh, please, mister, it was stupid. We didn't mean to. It was Carl. He's just so good at... No. Not the Voctor Carl. The other one. Sorry, I don't know what I'm saying. I just wanted a bit of money, and he promised us gold if we were to cash in the bounty that apparently you wanted in Castle Ravenloft, but
I give him a slap to shut him up. Who sent you?
To which the other guard starts chuckling and goes, no one sent us, lad. We saw the kerfuffle in the square and we thought we'd make a name for ourselves by taking your head to Rard and Strahd. Perhaps then they'll leave us alone.
Before he finishes his sentence, I just one swing take his head off.
And it just flops to the floor, a bit of blood going over Sabriel, and Irina going, I guess that concludes negotiations.
I then point the scared, timid one. I then put the tip of my blade on his shoulder and basically to intimidate him and say, talk. Who sent you?
He speaks true. We thought we could make a name for ourselves. We thought if we could take the one who got bested by Raarden, and we thought perhaps if we took you to Strahd and Raarden, they'd give us some money or something. I don't know, but... And the boy looks no older than, like, 17. Very poor, like, squalor. Very, very, rough attire.
So why did you mention Carl Voctor?
Well, the guard over there, and he points to, like, a decapitated head. That's Carl, but I didn't want you thinking that Miss Voctor had anything to do with it, because I just don't... Look, sir, I'm just looking for your mercy. I don't want to die. I made a mistake, an honest, humble mistake. I won't do it again. I'll turn a leaf, you'll see. I didn't even hit any of you. I'm not a swordsman.
I kind of turn to the other two.
And I will say, you don't detect any form of deceit in his voice whatsoever. Even with just your passive insight.
I tend to the other two. Kind of like gesture them if they want to question him. Ask anything.
Irina sheaths her rapier, shakes her head and says, I think there's been enough killing for one day.
Does seem
So-
to be genuine.
So what shall we do with him? Because we certainly can't let him go.
Why not?
Could we take him to Lady Voctor's house and maybe
Why don't we just chuck him in the stocks and then let Lady Fiona deal with it, as you say?
I like that idea.
I mean, it shouldn't be killed for it, but still attacking someone.
Shouldn't he be killed for it? I think I'm quite justified in doing that.
It's not your town, John. You can't be judge, jury, and executioner. Come on, it's been a long day. We can consider that training, shall we? Even though I did fuck all once again.
You heard the lady. Let's go to the stocks.
And there's a couple of guards within the stocks which are in the town square, and all the refugees are kind of watching you. But as you chuck over and explain it to the guards, they just kind of nod and open the stocks and chuck him in and go, we'll have Senka come over tomorrow morning and decide what to do with him. Any ideas?
I mean, I killed all his other 7. Well, we killed his other 7. Maybe she can have some fun instead. She did well against the hags.
I'll let her know. Thanks, Master Smith. We'll see you on the morrow. Rest well.
And you? A slight bow I'll give.
There are a number of bodies in the graveyard.
Well, ain't that handy? Good to know. We won't wake Petrovich. I'll let him know in the morning and tell him we'll have the guards do it. It's not fair to the old man. At least we don't have to log the bodies, eh? How considerate.
It was quite convenient.
Well, good night to you all. Rest well, and I'm sorry about this ruckus.
No harm done. Enjoy your night.
And you, darling. See you later.
Darling? The god woman.
No.
Oh.
John Smith is questioning things. John Smith blushes even harder.
So confused.
And as you return to the Blue Water Inn, you see Muriel and Danica laughing very heartily, as if they've known each other for many a years. And then you see Erwin, who goes, so, about that visit to the winery. And we will end the session there. Since you got absolutely nowhere close to where I thought, you're still getting the ethereal looking quote page.
Right.
I'm sorry.
No, it's good. It's good. Beach episode.
Yeah, and fucking Yappy Mickey.